Yeah, I watched some of that game. Watched the last 5 minutes of the first period of that game, and I did the video I just posted. Hey, Shadow, come on over. Come on over. Here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get over here. Come on. Come on. I gotta be careful or else he's gonna take my arm off. Yvonne's still getting herself all freshened up. We need a professional freshener in this house. That's what we need. Merry Christmas back to Kelowna. It is. This I went with the jersey that's red and green because it's Christmassy. So sure. And it's the Ryan Suter version. I also have the Parisi version of this as well. Atlanta Thrashers gear. I have every Atlanta Thrashers jersey they wore. I have the white one. I have the red one with the blue one with the bird on the front, which is like the secondary bird. They're both bird logos. I have the word mark now, which is red. I have the blue one, which has Atlanta on the sleeve, in both CCM and in Reebok. So I'm covered when it comes to Atlanta Thrashers gear. I'm all covered. Am I still friends with Michael Bublé? Well, I mean, he's been very busy. The Christmas season is kind of when he's going to be getting a lot of his cash flow, especially this year. He was supposed to do a big tour and he had to cancel it because of COVID. So this is really important. He's gotten this big push. I know he's been very busy. He did leave a comment, though, on the picture I posted of myself in the Wild Wing jersey. So I thought that was fun. World Juniors MVP prediction. Oh, be fun if it was Devin Levi for Team Canada, wouldn't it? How many cases are in Abbotsford and BC? For BC, we got below 10,000 active cases. I know we had 560 yesterday, I think it was, or something like that, but it's down. It was in the 700s. So we're still down. Our average has gone down over the last couple of weeks because people have started staying home and listening. But it's better than it was.
Why is the Christmas tree over there?
Because I moved it when I did videos today. Oh. And when I did the treadmill last night, I moved it so I could see the TV.
It's lame.
It's easy. This tree is really easy to move.
Don't you have to grab it by the base? Oh, you slide it?
Yeah, you slide it. And I mean, some of the lights come off, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh.
Nobody cares about the lights coming off. Yeah, nobody cares. It's not a big deal. It was the maid that put them on there.
Pardon me?
I said it was the maid that put them on there.
Excuse me?
Don't make me keep repeating it. She'll hear me.
Shannon.
What? Put that right there.
Merry Christmas. We actually haven't done Christmas yet.
Not technically. The boys did their
they got to open grandma presents, which were just a couple things. Because we can't go see grandmas.
Right.
But we will be doing Christmas on Monday. So we haven't really done
my kid messaged
Christmas
and
yet.
said thank you.
Oh, there you go.
I get the feeling grandma probably told him.
Have you messaged them yet? Good. Yeah, so we haven't done Christmas. Which is better, Christmas movie, Die Hard or Lethal Weapon?
Die Hard. Die Hard's the better movie. Lethal Weapon, I think, has Christmas in it, but not. I don't think it takes place at Christmas.
How many more jerseys is Shannon getting? He still has 2 reverse retros that aren't here yet.
2 reverse retros to get. And I found an Islanders wave jersey. I'm really excited about that, where it's the Islanders current logo and the original logo, but it's the fisherman design with the Islanders logo on it in blue. And I found that on eBay for a good price, and I verified with Yvonne that we're looking at a legit jersey. And I was quite happy with that, because normally they're like $300, and I was like, that's not $300. All right, cool. It's in pretty good shape too.
Shannon does play NHL 21. We do live streams on it about once a week. Did you ever do a top 10 best jerseys and top worst?
I did count down. Not this past summer, but the summer before. I'm going to do a massive countdown this coming summer, which should span the time in between the end of the playoffs and training camp nicely. So that's coming up. But I've done jersey countdowns before.
Love your videos. Keep up the good work. You rock. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
How many non-NHL jerseys do you have?
I'd ballpark like 50.
Depends.
Probably 50.
Like, so he has the non-hockey jerseys, all the geeky jerseys.
Oh, if you count those, then it's
right, that's
more
what
than
I mean.
50. It's
and then
up
he
around
has
75.
Non-NHL hockey
AHL,
jerseys.
ECHL, European jerseys here and there. Yeah.
Did you fit in Nightmare Before Christmas this year? Not yet. Adelaide wants to watch that. So she comes home tomorrow on Boxing Day. And then on Sunday will be our Christmas Eve. And then we'll do Christmas on Monday. So we're going to watch it on Sunday, which will be our Christmas Eve. But she requested to watch that one. So
we watched Christmas Carol last night, the Alistair Sim one.
Merry Christmas from your favorite sports commissioner.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
Love the Christmas Wild jersey. As a Wild fan, I haven't been this optimistic in a long time. If Kaprizov plays all 56, what's his stat line look like?
He could be a point-a-game player in his rookie year. He's more mature than most of the rookies we're going to see this year. So there's no reason to think he can't get to a point a game if he plays the entire season, and that'd be a huge success for Minnesota if he does.
Do you have a favorite Team Canada jersey?
Not really. The ones with the black sleeves were kind of cool.
I like that one that we got for Gabriel.
Yeah.
The Nike one.
Yeah.
I haven't found that in adult size.
Yeah, I mean, Team Canada jerseys are okay.
Yeah.
I find though that with the national jerseys in general, whether it's whatever country it is, they're all kind of generic because there's only so much you can do. So they all tend to kind of be somewhat generic.
I'm drinking sugar-free hot chocolate because I thought Christmas, I'm having hot chocolate.
True.
In my Christmas mug. And I don't generally drink out of mugs because I'm so slow to get cold by the time I finish. So that's why I always drink out of like the insulated ones. So then I don't have to heat it up 20 times. Yeah, but I'm drinking hot chocolate. And high hopes for Louis Domingue. Well,
yeah, Domingue's the number 3 guy in Calgary. And from what I understand, he makes, I think it's mean pancakes that he said he's really makes mean pancakes or mean pie. He's very good at very good pie baker. So
that is an important skill
I think that's why Calgary brought him in, because they probably didn't have anybody that could make pie as well as Louis Domingue.
I'm not sick. I have allergies for some. I'm not sure what.
I've been fighting them too. I've been fighting them too. I don't know what it is either because it's winter.
I've had allergies for a few days, and I don't know what the deal is, but yeah. Annual new WJC alternates would make it so fun.
They've done alternates before. They've done throwbacks before.
Yvonne sounds hungover. You know, you have to.
I wish we had that kind of fun. People on the internet think we have more fun than we do.
I have never drank enough to be hungover.
That's true.
So yeah, I've never been hungover.
I've been hungover.
Definitely not hungover now.
I've been hungover twice in my lifetime.
I'd have to.
I've had 2 hangovers in my lifetime. One that was bad, and the other one that went away pretty quick. And the one that was bad was 17 years ago.
My wife has wood fire smoke allergy. She's suffering. Oh, that could totally do it. I have a really bad smoke allergy. I didn't even think of that. We have neighbors. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's true.
That would explain why I have trouble with my eyes.
That would explain why the air quality has been getting kind of crappy lately. Because I've still got that app on my phone that's been alternating.
I feel so dingy not even clicking that together.
Just saying.
Thanks.
No
Happy
problem.
holidays to the THG. To THG. The best hockey channel on YouTube. Would you take parent over...
Perrant.
Okay, yeah, I was like, wait, that's not what it says. Perrant over Raw if you started your own team with teams realigning isn't exciting.
Patrick was the best goalie I ever saw. So I would take Patrick Waugh over pretty much anybody, with the understanding that there's a lot of the older goalies I didn't see.
My wife and I want to visit Canada. Should we go to Vancouver or Toronto?
Depends what you want to see.
We've never been to Toronto.
Toronto's supposed to be a really nice place to visit too, though.
It depends on what you're interested in. Vancouver is a really beautiful part of the world. Yeah. So
pricey.
There's that.
But Toronto's pricey too.
It depends on what you want to see.
And I mean, with Vancouver, depending on the time of year, you're within driving distance of ski hills.
But even in the summer, you can go up to Whistler where there's skiing and it's beautiful, and you can still
do the peak
terrifying gondola if you're into
peak to peak gondola, which is the highest gondola in the world.
It's terrifying.
It's fantastic. You feel so alive when you're up there.
Oh, I did not feel alive. I felt
you were
really
singing
dizzy.
Sound of Music.
I felt like I was about to pass out.
We were both dancing in the car.
I had a super anxiety attack.
It was great.
We did it. I didn't look out the window at all.
It was beautiful.
So,
yes, you did.
Like barely, like
when we were at the top, I got you to look just so you could see the view. The view was gorgeous.
Gosh, it was terrible. Okay. One American fast food chain you wish was in Canada.
Most of them are already in Canada, but I'd love to see Jack in the Box in Canada. I think they tried at one point.
Did they?
I seem to remember like 30 years ago they tried, but I'd love to see Jack in the Box in Canada. Excuse me.
Shannon's still sneezing, watery eyes in the morning. I am.
I had a
My eyes have
fit
been watery, so watery the past few days.
I had a sneezing fit this morning.
What's with the Christmas lights blink twice if you're held hostage? I thought it'd be fun. Cause
she's weird.
Are you making fun of how I pronounce the word out? Because I can enunciate my words. What are you doing?
I'm fixing it.
I don't want you to fix it.
I'm fixing it.
No.
I want you to look dignified.
Says you. I see a hair you missed.
Of course there's a hair I missed. That's the plan.
Okay, I'm supposed to see it before we do videos.
That's the plan.
Okay, the Coyotes get an unfair reputation. The game day experience is great near Hila, right? Hila. Okay, I knew it was pronounced weird. River. Loads of parking, pretty nice rink, but location.
Yeah, and I don't see the team staying there long term. But yeah, it's supposed to be a nice rink. It's just it is a location issue.
No, In-N-Out. We went to In-N-Out, and I don't understand what the big deal is.
I prefer Jack in the Box.
I mean, it wasn't horrible, but
I prefer Jack in the Box.
I didn't get the hype, but
I'm glad we now have Popeyes
maybe it's because they're used to eating American food, so it feels like it's better.
Maybe.
That's my theory. I don't know. I didn't think it was.
But for me, it would be Jack in the Box.
Nah. What's the best player name you've ever seen? I already know what he's getting. In-N-Out burger is severely overrated. Agreed. The shake was really good, though. We had like a Neapolitan shake. Yeah.
You have no idea what I'm getting.
I knew exactly what you were getting.
You have no clue. None. This is a total surprise to you. Complete and total surprise.
He's got a jersey for that.
Of course, I have a
How
jersey for that.
soon will Cam York play with the Flyers?
I'll say next season. I'll say not necessarily. I mean, it might be this season, but probably next season.
Are you watching the Christmas game today? American football.
No. Which game is the one that's on today? I'm trying to remember. Well, I haven't been.
You guys should try Gordon Ramsay's burger joint in Vegas. Very nice. Do you mean
We
the
heard
Hell's
that.
Kitchen one, or isn't there another one there too?
Oh, that's Vikings.
There's a bunch
and
of
Saints.
places have, or a lot of chefs have restaurants in Vegas. I walked into the Hell's Kitchen to get Shannon a chef jacket.
Yeah, I have a Hell's Kitchen jacket because of course I do.
That was fun.
Because you have to have a jacket or a shirt for every occasion. So of course I have a Hell's Kitchen jacket.
Do you have a Christmas Devils jersey?
Yes.
He was really hoping the reverse
don't
retro
have
would
the
be
reverse
here.
retro. It's in Richmond. It was almost here in
Stuck
time.
the Canada Post Abyss.
It was almost here, and then it didn't get here in time. And I ordered it in plenty of time too.
Yeah,
I ordered it like last month. I pre-ordered it.
I know, but like I was showing you this morning, I have yarn that it's over a month.
It's not important though. My jerseys are important. There's supposed to be an importance attached to certain items.
Will COVID keep WJC in Canada more or less?
Well, by next year's tournament, it'll be, you would think, in all of the European countries and in North America, it should be under control. So, next year's tournament shouldn't be affected.
If you have one, show us a jersey with a Swedish player on it. Merry Christmas. You are my go-to hockey guy. Is there a different hockey guy? He has to think for a moment. You don't have a ton of jerseys with names on them.
Swedish player. See that black accelerator there?
Is that it?
No.
Nope, that's an all-star.
No.
This one.
There you go.
Yep. Oh, I know which one this is.
It's the one with a Swedish player on it.
Yep.
Ta-da! Daniel Sedin, Vancouver Canucks. I don't have a Henrik jersey because Yvonne said no.
I did. Shannon.
Yvonne said you don't get a Henrik jersey. I'm like, can I have a Henrik jersey? She's like, ask again. I'll punch you in the throat. I'm like, okay. All right.
I never threatened to punch you in the throat. I threatened to punch you in the kidney.
That's worse.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Daniel Sedin.
Now that you have it, what do you think about the Panthers reverse retro?
All right, the Panthers. It's right here. I like the gold on it. I like that better than the yellow they had the first time around. I do like the way the stripes are done. Mm-hmm. It's not a huge departure from what they had before.
The shoulder patches are nice too.
Because they had blue jerseys in previous incarnations. In fact, here, hold on to that for a second.
Kidney shot can knock a human out. I know. That's why I know how to do it. Sometimes this is what girl has to do. Because it's okay. I threaten the boys that too. Because Malachi likes to think it's funny to try and pick me up.
Yeah.
It's what happens when you have teenagers bigger than you.
So here's the original design. Just this is with the broken stick. So it's not like a massive departure. It's nice. I do prefer this jersey, and I do prefer the gold over the yellow. I think it's a nicer color. And I do prefer the way the stripes are done.
Yeah.
But they are similar.
When are you getting the Devil's Reverse Retro?
Whenever it
shows up.
Whenever it gets out of the waiting hold that it's in right now.
Show and tell. Jersey edition. Shadow says I threatened to punch him. Trying to think, have I?
You have punched him. Terrible. Oh, yeah, no, I found the other blue one too. Without the stick. which has the logo the same size as
huge logos.
Yeah. This is a CCM.
Who got up in the morning first and asked to open presents? Again, we didn't do Christmas today. The kids got to open their grandma presents, so they each had 4 presents. Malachi, only one of his got here. The others were pieces of paper I printed off. But we always have to wake the kids up for Christmas. Every single year, I have to wake up the kids. But it wasn't Christmas today. All the presents are still in my room.
And there's a lot.
Hope you don't have any hockey sticks you can whack you with. Of course, we have so many hockey sticks. Do you really think we don't have hockey sticks?
I don't have the one in my room right now. It's in the laundry room.
Remember that time long ago when you threatened to punch me if I didn't let Shannon score? I remember that. That doesn't sound like...
That's how I get goals at the meetups. Looking forward to doing those this summer again.
Oh my goodness.
Looking forward to the return of the meetups this June. I'll say May or June.
It didn't feel like Christmas this year. No. That's
No.
why we did the boys were able to open their grandma presents, which for grandma, 4 presents is quite small, but they're gonna do Christmas in the summer, hopefully. And they did they opened their presents on Zoom, so it was a little bit Christmassy, but Grandma's been messaging me. It's not Christmas. This is her first Christmas with nobody at her house. It's just her and her husband, and that's it.
And I would say too, like I've posted 3 videos today, and the view counts are standard. They're normal view counts. Normally on Christmas Day, there's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what
really,
I
really
post. It doesn't matter what's going on. There's nothing. And today it's pretty standard.
My kid needs trouble to appear when they hear your name. Oh my goodness. You're funny. What souvenir and from what player would you want?
Souvenir. I don't know. I mean, I've got signed pucks from a number of players. I wouldn't mind something from Bo Horvat on those lines. Something from Cliff Ronning would be great if there was something autographed by Cliff Ronning. Here, I'll turn this on before you do, because I know you're going to be getting cold.
You know, I'm holding my hot cocoa. It's nice and warm. It's warming up my hands.
Did you want me to put the football game on?
No.
Because it's the Vikings and the Saints. So, I mean, the Vikings are already out, but, you know, we'll see if the Saints can stop the 2-game slide they've been on. You've been worried about the Saints.
I've not.
You actually told me to bust them down.
I do not read comments that are all in caps because that's obnoxious. So I don't read them.
Friends don't let friends write in all caps.
I don't appreciate when people yell at me. I have to remind the kids.
Just imagine if
why are
like,
you yelling? I'm right next to you.
Just imagine if this was like an actual like in-person situation and there's somebody screaming the questions while everybody else is talking nice and normal. There's somebody just screaming. Well, won't you answer me? Okay. Is there security or anything?
What is your favorite reverse retro? I have the Arizona and the Carolina ones and love them. He really, really likes
Space Coyote. Because Space Coyote. It's a Space Coyote, which has purple and cacti and brown.
And same with New Year's, won't feel like it at all.
Space
New Year's
Coyote.
will be weird too, yeah.
But you know what though? As a guy who was always alone on New Year's, I'm all done. I'm good with this. I always had New Year's by myself anyways. So I'm used to this kind of thing. Oh, this is nice. Oh, that's better than the fireplace. So this changes every hour. Oh, come on. No, go back to
wasn't that just a commercial for the other fireplace channels?
Don't do that.
They do that every once in a while.
No,
wow, that's a sexy jersey.
No.
Do you have any World Cup of hockey jerseys?
I got all of them. I got every country.
I thought there were a few you didn't.
The only one I didn't get for the World Cup was Team North America.
Okay.
Because when the hell am I going to wear Team North America? Where in the world am I ever going to be again where I'm like, man, I really cheering for North America. So, I mean, Europe, I was like, Europe's kind of interesting and different and looks like two jerseys squashed together. But North America just didn't, that didn't make any sense to me. No, you don't get to eat the tree there. You know this. It's not delicious over here.
Have you ever thought about how your subscriber total would fill Rogers' place 8.5 times?
I don't think about my subscriber total. I do my best not to. It's just
not
a number.
So much anymore, but there have been times you've said that.
There have been times where, like, I pay attention to make sure that it's going up. It's important to me that increases, but I don't think about
there
the
was
actual
a few weeks
number.
ago that you had more subscribers than Abbotsford or something like that.
Yeah, more
Every
subscribers
once
than
in
the
a while.
population of Abbey.
Yeah, but I do remember when it hit the amount of Rogers Arena. I remember you saying that.
Yeah, it was
that was
weird.
a while ago.
That was weird.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas. As a Sens fan, I'm excited to see what Satzel does in this tournament and the upcoming season. How do you think he'll do?
I think he'll be fine. Stützle was the only one that pushed Lafreniere that scouts thought, if Lafreniere didn't go first, Stützle probably would. Byfield goes at 2 because the Kings needed a big center. At least they felt they needed a big center, and Byfield was just somebody they'd been scouting for a long time. But Stützle was pushing for that top spot, and by all accounts, he's a megastar already, so he could hit the ground running in Ottawa.
Someone explain the YouTube algorithm. What part of it are you needing explained? But part of it, they don't really let us know.
It's not.
We know bits of stuff. There are things that we know that a lot of people.
Basically, your channel gets promoted more when it's already got subscribers and you've already got. And then what they've changed it to so that if your channel's monetized and you can show that you don't do videos on controversial topics that advertisers want to avoid, you can get the advertiser revenue faster on your videos than other channels that may talk about controversial topics. So, and I know they promote them more if they know it's family friendly. And
when people like the videos, it gets it to where it's recommended to other people that like similar videos.
Right.
So that's all the like does. It doesn't really do anything
for me,
else,
like for instance,
but it can make
I watch
so your videos promoted.
I watch and like a lot of wrestling videos, or I watch and like a lot of videos from Screen Rant, so it recommends other channels. I'll get Cultaholic in my recommendations, even though I'm not subscribed, because I like those videos. Now, if I dislike those videos, I would not get the recommendation of the other wrestling channels in my recommended box. So that's basically all it does.
Are ads on jerseys inevitable? Yes,
but they're not going to get obnoxious. The idea was that when Adidas took over and they straightened out a lot of the lines on them, and they cleaned it up and they moved the logo around, a lot of it was with the idea of having ads at the tops of the jerseys. But I think it's going to be gradual, and it's probably just going to be one ad per jersey. And it won't be on the ones we get on retail either. It won't be on the ones we buy. It'll just be on the ones they were on the ice.
What makes a better hockey puck? Grandma's burnt cookies or a fruitcake? I like fruitcake. So
see, my mother's chicken nuggets back in the day.
I don't like fruitcake like doused in rum. My mom likes to drown it in rum. Like her and her sister will make it forever in advance, and like every day or every other day or something, you gotta pour rum over it. I'm not a fan of that.
See, when I was a kid, my mom made chicken nuggets and she left them in the oven for almost an hour, so they were just hockey pucks. And then she thought, well, if I put mayonnaise on them, Shannon won't notice. So I'm just taking them, I'm just banging them on the table. I'm going, Mom, I can't eat this. This isn't food. But if I want to play street hockey, I now have pucks. At least she wasn't mad at me about it. She laughed because she knew I was right.
Blech.
I think I ended up eating some of the breading off of them, but the actual nuggets were just burnt. I couldn't do it.
That sounds gross.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of F. Miser as an ad on the
F. Messier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Duh.
Well, the thing is,
okay.
the ads on the helmets have to be paid for, so somebody has to pay for that. And the ads are going to be not cheap. So The ads are supposed to generate up to $15 million for the NHL this year, and they're looking for other ad revenues and ad streams. I'm half tempted to reach out and go, hey, what do you guys got? What do you guys want to do? Just, I'll stick some ads on my face. I'm fine with that. What do you guys want? What do you guys need?
European hockey has had ads forever. They're obnoxious too.
They are.
Spangler Cup jerseys look great. The number of ads on the jerseys are
and on the shorts,
ridiculous.
like the shorts are covered, the jerseys are covered, the socks are covered. It's just
ice.
It's like it's like race car drivers.
Yeah.
How their whole jumpsuit is just ads from head to toe, and jerseys end up that way. It's one of the reasons I don't own any soccer jerseys, because the actual logo for the soccer team will be like a tiny little thing up in the corner, and then they'll have like the ad right in the middle. British Airways, and it's like, I don't want to walk around with a British Airways jersey. Can I get? Oh, okay, all right. So I don't bother with soccer jerseys. I can't see the NHL following suit.
I don't think. Yeah, I think that would affect sales.
Oh, absolutely. Fans wouldn't tolerate it. I don't understand why soccer fans do either. That they're obnoxious. It's just really obnoxious.
Would you go for Lafalo, Kempe, or someone?
Iafallo.
Oh. Okay.
Iafallo.
Or someone else on my reverse retro.
I would. I mean, I'm gonna eventually get a Velarde jersey just cause, but of those two, I have a soft spot for Iafallo. He works really hard. I don't know how many points he's gonna end up scoring in his career, but he's a hard worker. So,
would you confidently say that you have the greatest jersey collection ever? Also, what did you receive Christmas Day? We haven't done Christmas yet.
I got biscuits and gravy for Christmas.
I made biscuits and gravy.
I don't know about greatest collections. I see guys with these awesome collections of game-worn jerseys and the historical jerseys. There's in one of my jersey magazines that just gets into NHL jerseys, they've got this massive collection of these really old jerseys that you have to handle with special gloves so they don't fall apart. You got to be careful handling them. Those collections, I got nothing on that. I like my collection. I'm proud of my collection, but there are much better collections.
Jerseys that he can wear, though.
Yes.
That wouldn't do you much good having the ones that you don't wear.
No.
Who is the last player that made you get up out of your seat when he scored?
Oh, man. I don't sit down to watch hockey anymore, so it wouldn't be anybody.
Unless we're at a game. When we're at a game, we
Besser gets me out of my seat pretty quick. I was thinking too. Brock Besser. There's been some goals we've seen that I've been absolutely blown away by. I probably Besser.
Well, somebody wants to see your Burger King jersey.
The Burger King. That is.
Yeah, so again, we didn't do Christmas today. We'll be doing Christmas on Monday. Our daughter is at her dad's house. She comes home on Boxing Day. And then Saturday, we'll do Christmas Eve. And then
did you want to borrow this?
On Monday. No.
Did you want to borrow this?
I don't
look how ridiculously large that king is.
And it's not even centered. That would not work at all for boobs.
Works for one.
No, because
so do we need two? Do we need a second king head over here?
It's not.
And then you'd be
not a boob-friendly jersey. Not that most are.
This is one of my favorites.
Do you need prescription glasses? Me? Yeah.
I eventually will.
Without my glasses, I can't see very well, and I have absolutely no depth perception.
I've probably needed prescription glasses
much depth perception
for decades, but it's not that bad. It's one of those things where if something's in the distance, I may not be able to read it. So it's more of an aggravation than anything, but I could probably use glasses.
Shannon likes to make fun of me because I have to make the chat bigger, and I have trouble. If you notice, sometimes when people write things, I have trouble reading it, especially if it's a bunch of M's, N's, and R's, or I's and L's. I can't tell what letters what. So sometimes that does not help my reading. But
her lack of depth perception sometimes comes in handy, fellas.
Pardon me?
Oh, see, it's the depth. You just don't perceive the reality.
Okay, you can just stop. I have to read the comments.
The accuracy is just a little bit. I promise.
Shannon, oh my gosh. No. Okay. Just erase that from your memory. You didn't hear that. Who needs a rebrand more, Ducks or Columbus?
Columbus.
See,
I
you
would
just
go
start
with
trouble.
Columbus. I don't start trouble.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't. I don't start any trouble at all. That's your depth perception talking.
Shannon. Oh my gosh.
How many fingers am I holding up? How many fingers do you want to show me right now? I'm guessing one, and it's not to tell me how great I am.
You're number one.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Thoughts on mini prospect Pavel Novak?
I haven't done a lot of research on Novak. Minnesota's got a very good prospect pool, though. I think they rated like top 5. One of the magazines I was reading through, I know they've got one of the top rated prospect pools.
Oh, do either of us have New Year's resolutions?
No.
I don't do New Year's resolutions. I think they're silly. If you want to do something to change yourself or better yourself, why wait for a specific day?
Yeah, I don't do New Year's resolutions.
I don't understand that. I don't do New Year's resolutions.
Usually New Year's resolutions lead to not being able to achieve it, feeling bad for yourself, and then burying your head in a bag of chips. So it doesn't end up
on January 1st. I'm starting to crochet an Afghan where you crochet some every day. Does that count?
You're gonna do the weather one?
Yeah, I got my yarn. It's all ready.
Wouldn't that be great if you lived in a really like tropical climate where the temperature doesn't change?
I've seen that, but compared to most places, we live in a very, very temperate area.
Yeah, but still, the weather
Our temperature doesn't change that much.
It could be 40 degrees in June.
Like that one time 4 years ago.
Yeah, and then 10 years ago it happened too.
Yeah, right.
It can happen.
So, no. Agreed about resolutions. Any day is a good day if you're trying to make a positive change. Yes, I don't understand the waiting for a specific day. If the Leafs made a New Year's resolution, what would it be?
Don't read news articles. Stay away from media. Don't worry about it. Just focus on the job you've got to do. Don't engage with some of the more sensationalistic members of the media. That's what I think they should do.
What? Gretzky is sub-tier? Only Lemieux is the real GOAT. Love Lemieux. No.
I don't think that's no. Having watched both Gretzky and Lemieux, Gretzky was the best. Without Gretzky, I don't know that you get Mario Lemieux. Lemieux, if not for his back, which gave out on him, he may have ran for Gretzky's points and goal. He very likely would have scored more goals than Gretzky, but to me, Gretzky was the greatest of all time.
Grand Rapids jersey. Do you have a Grand Rapids jersey?
Yes, it is.
I don't remember. 51 degrees here in Florida. People are acting like it's sub-zero. It's hilarious. I went to California once at the very end of November. When I left my place, it was a snowstorm. And we get to California, and it rained a little bit, but it was so nice, and we just had to wear our jackets. I don't even remember the temperature. But we only had to wear jackets, and they were wearing these parkas, and I wondered how these people even owned parkas, like the big, fluffy, hooded ones. It was so funny. And they were asking us, aren't you guys cold? No, it's snowing at home. This is nothing. We have snow still. It was supposed to. It was raining earlier, but we have so much snow that didn't. Oh, right. I remember that one. We have so much snow. The rain didn't really melt any of it.
GRG.
Like I don't see any less.
Grand Rapids Grivens. Or go red green. Because they're big red green fans, right?
What is Taxi Squad?
It's your players that aren't in the minors, but they're not eligible to play on the team either. So that's your guys who don't count against the cap, that are emergency call-ups just in case. Because with the COVID outbreak, you want to make sure you have guys that are good to go. That's what the taxi squad's there for. So you don't have to worry about recall.
The flap on the back of your Adidas jersey is a jersey strap, fight strap. It's so that you can clip it to your pants so nobody can jersey you. So since you probably don't have a strap on your pants, you can always hook it to your underwear. I'm sure that'd be really comfortable. And then nobody can jersey you.
Or you can hook it through the neck and look really cool.
Did do that the other day. Shannon's special like that. It is a white Christmas here, which is quite rare. It's definitely like you can't see our grass. There's no grass.
Well, I don't know.
It fell off the trees because it hasn't snowed for 3
To me, white Christmas is better than that. It's just not quite white enough for me.
You can't see our grass.
Should be at least 2 feet of snow to qualify as a white Christmas.
Then you'll never have one. Which coach is on the hot seat this season?
I could see Claude Julien being on the hot seat. I could see if Detroit gets off to a miserable start, Jeff Blashill being on the hot seat. Arizona, Rick Tocchet may very well find himself on the hot seat as well.
Merry Christmas. 2 topics. How much will Duclair help the Panthers? And best AEW debut this year. Hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season.
Duclair's a 20-goal scorer. His consistency is an issue, though. And that's the thing is he needs to be more consistent. So if he can find that consistency, he's a huge addition. If he struggles with that, he's a third liner. Best AEW debut this year. I like what they've done with Thunder Rosa and Abaddon. Abaddon's terrifying. She's the zombie one.
Oh.
She's terrifying.
Yeah, it's weird.
So, and she bit Sheeta's neck right there.
You told me everywhere. That, and that's really weird.
I mean, it's obviously not like a real bite, and it's like fake, like a blood pack or whatever.
It's weird.
But it still looked awesome.
It's weird. Somebody wanted to know if you have Thrashers jerseys.
Oh, yeah. They're in the very far back corner, though.
They're the hard to get.
So they're in that far back corner. So, yes, I have all of the Thrashers jerseys.
They're pretty. Canucks should let Shannon design if they were to do rebranding. If that happened, what would he come up with? Merry Christmas, guys.
What is a Canuck?
Canadian.
See, I think if you're gonna do a rebrand for the Canucks, I think a Johnny Canuck would be fine, but not necessarily Lumberjack Johnny Canuck. I'd want to do something with the comic book hero Johnny Canuck.
Oh, okay.
And do something along those lines, but make it so it doesn't look ridiculous. That's the trick, is to try to make a nice Vancouver jersey that doesn't look ridiculous.
But we're really good at ridiculous.
Oh, the skate is very busy descending. The Orca is nice, corporate looking, and the stick and rink is kind of it's boring. It is. So yeah,
when I was little, I was really confused with the stick and rink. I thought it was just the symbol for hockey.
Like the Vancouver Giants.
I didn't know it was the Canucks. I knew that the skate.
Yeah.
But that whenever I saw the stick and rink, I thought that was just hockey. So when I'd see the things on people's cars, I thought it just meant hockey.
The Giants logo is really nice. If they did something similar to that, I think that would be really nice. But the running Johnny Canuck, I'm not a huge fan of that in general.
What NHL team do you care the least about? Oh.
Care the least about? Cleveland Barons haven't won a damn game since the 1970s. Don't even get me started on the Toronto Arenas either. Those guys haven't won a game since, 1918? And the Toronto Blue Shirts? That's not even a name. So there's California Golden Seals. They haven't won a game since the 70s either. What is a golden seal? Is it some kind of weird idol or something? Like, it's bizarre. There's some teams I'm not a huge fan of. And the Vancouver Millionaires. I've been to Vancouver many times. I haven't seen the Millionaires team play once. So I think they're cowards, to be honest. I think they're cowards.
Oh, Shannon.
And don't get me started on the Saskatoon Sheiks. Haven't seen a single NHL game with the Saskatoon Sheiks.
New Jersey Devils are the most forgettable team in the league. Real talk.
You know what? When I'm going through alphabetically, the one that I almost always forget, and when I put all the logos up today for the 31 Stanley Cup, I forgot Nashville. For some reason, Nashville's the one that I have a blind spot about, and I have since they came into the league, where I go Minnesota, Montreal, New Jersey, Islanders, Rangers, and I get through the whole thing and I go, I forgot Nashville. Okay, whoops. And so I got it. So Nashville's the one that I usually end up forgetting because I memorized alphabetically when I was a kid, because that's what you do when you're a kid. You memorize the league in alphabetical order. And then as teams came in, I memorized them in a new order. And for some reason, Nashville's my blind spot that even though this is Nashville country, I tend to forget Nashville.
I really want a light blue Thrashers Kovalchuk jersey. What do you think? That one's pretty. I like that one.
Oh, the light blue Thrashers is fantastic.
When I was a kid, I thought a Canuck was a Canadian in a canoe. Not sure why I thought that, other than I was a weirdo.
Well, you could put a Canuck in a canoe.
I mean, we do like canoes, but...
Oh, we love canoes. We have 4 of them. We don't even go on the water.
We don't have any canoes.
We have 4 of them.
Did you ever go to Abbotsford Heat games? I did. Shannon didn't. I did, though. I used to go to them. What AHL jerseys does Shannon have?
I have a lot of them.
Do you follow Vintage Canucks on Twitter? It's awesome. Bye, Shannon. Don't get lost. It's Narnia. It's going back into Narnia.
It's hard to get into these, but we're in the back corner, and that's my Reebok.
Oh, it's pretty.
Authentic. I got this one through Full Moon Jerseys. So, yep. Atlanta Thrashers. It's fantastic. Very, very nice. And I have the CCM now, too, which has the beaks around the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
So
Orlando
very nice.
Solar Bears.
Yeah, I have Solar Bears. It's in...
Oh, somebody else lives in Abbotsford. Hi, Christine.
You're not in that direction, woman. You're waving the wrong way.
You don't know. You don't know what part of Abbotsford they live in.
So
he didn't give us his address.
Good, because that's a bad idea on the internet.
That would, don't do that. That'd be weird.
Yeah, I've got a Solar Bears jersey. I've got the light blue one, remember?
Yeah.
That's the bear with the sunglasses.
I remember.
Remember?
I do.
He's got the peg leg.
No.
And he's got the weird limp. He's got the, the bear with the limp. And the sunglasses fall off
the
every time he takes
logo on
the
the
second
jersey
step.
limps?
Well, it's a 3D. It's one of those logos that if you turn it, it's the hologram logos. They're really cool. ECHL has a bunch of those.
What place needs an AHL team? Location dependent.
I'm really surprised that the Canucks didn't move their AHL franchise to Abbotsford just for this year. Because we have the building. I think for Vancouver it would sell out. Just didn't sell very well because it was Calgary's farm team, which always seemed weird to me. And there are numerous cities in Canada that I think it would work really, really well with. Yeah. Basically, there's numerous locations in Canada I think it would work. I'm kind of surprised Halifax doesn't have an AHL team.
What other NHL rules would you consider changing?
I'd take out the instigator rule. I think it's served its purpose. I don't think that with the amount of enforcers that we have in the game now, which is very, very small, I don't think the enforcer rule makes a lot of sense. Or the instigator rule. So the instigator rule, I would probably get rid of. And outside of that, I'd probably take out the trapezoid behind the net for the goaltenders too, because there are some goaltenders that are excellent stick handlers and puck handlers. There's also some really bad ones that, they come out and they stick handle. It makes it worse for you. So I would probably eliminate the trapezoid.
Do you recall seeing the... Oh my goodness, Pavlik incident? I would slaughter that.
No. And when I hear about incident, I think of like Malarchuk. Malarchuk, that to me was an incident. Or Lindros getting ended by Scott Stevens. Korea being ended by Scott Stevens. Basically, any hit thrown by Kevin Stevens becomes an incident.
We've never been to Nunavut.
No, we'll have none of it. That was the whole thing. She was like, "You want to go to none of it?" I'm like, "I'll have none of it."
That doesn't.
So
No. He would actually respond to me like that.
I'll have none of it.
Because he thinks he's funny
You
all
get
the
it?
time.
Do you get it?
All the time.
Because none of. Do you want me to put it on a board?
No.
I can spell it out.
Battle
to you.
of Alberta. Who do you root for?
Neither. I just enjoy the carnage.
No.
I legit just watch them beat each other up, and the Canuck fan in me goes, "This is good." So yeah, I just enjoy it. I can't wait for Cassian and Tkachuk to become good buddies in 10 games this year. That's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to that. All those back-to-backs, bring it on.
Do you have a Kalamazoo Wings jersey?
No, I do not have a Kalamazoo jersey. And considering how long I've been a hockey fan, Kalamazoo is kind of, I think, a necessity, but I don't have it yet.
An NHL franchise in Iqaluit. That wouldn't work.
Equalit. You butchered that nicely.
That wouldn't work.
Equalit, if you didn't know, it's a town of penguins. So what happens is that you get down into the Antarctic, and with the more intelligent penguins,
They have to have enough population in the surrounding area.
I think there's more penguins than people in Equalit. Those are the Arctic penguins, right? There is. How do they get to Pittsburgh if there aren't any penguins? Huh?
Penguins live in the South Arctic, not the North Arctic.
Right.
We do
Pittsburgh
not
is
have
the South Arctic.
Canadian penguins. Unless
No, they're
in
in
a
Pittsburgh.
zoo, we don't
they're
have
in
penguins.
Equalit.
Oh my gosh. Guys, don't listen to him. You'll lose brain cells.
That's also the NHL advice that she gives people.
Paveluk passed out before the game that night.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Oh, I remember that.
I
Yeah.
remember that. All right, I gotta get back into the.
How would you envision Houston color scheme and name once the city gets an NHL team?
It'd be Houston Arrows. I would go with, they had baby blue and dark blue when they were in the WHA. So I think baby blue and dark blue would work for them. Be unique. And I think they'd go back to the Arrows name. I'd be very surprised if they didn't have, like, arrows. The only trick then is, would the Jets say that's a little too close to us?
I was thinking that'd be similar to Jets, and depending on the shade, that'd be getting close to Seattle as well. Because the Jets have 2 shades of blue, and then Seattle has the 2 shades of greenish blue.
What about Houston can bangers? And it could be just like garbage can banging after each goal.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You could have like a cross sports, pollination night where you have like your baseball players come in and then the trash can, the Houston trash cans. That'll work. That'd be good. They could have like their helmets could be like trash can lids. You could totally cross promote that with baseball. I think it'll work really well. Then they could just have silver jerseys. Oh, it writes itself. It's fantastic.
Anyways, okay. Due to the division realignments, what rivalries, old or new, do you see getting ugly next season?
Every rivalry in Canada will get ugly.
Shannon's thought about this before.
And we always see ugliness in California. I think that Minnesota's going to have a nice little feud with LA. I'll say Minnesota and LA are going to heat things up because I think they're going to be fighting for the same playoff spot.
Houston Oilers do a Rough Riders deal.
That could work, yeah. Or just Houston Other Oilers. Just call them the Other Oilers. It's the Oilers and the Other Oilers. Or just put like an extra I in there. Oilers. And then that way it's not any kind of stealing.
How that would be
Oilers. Or like, 2 L's. Oilers. The Oilers and the Oilers. I think it could work.
Okay. Can't believe the Bruins and the Canadians won't play each other this year. That's crazy to
And
me.
the Bruins and the Maple Leafs don't play each other this year.
Yeah.
I get to avoid so much drama. I don't have to worry about Boston playing Vancouver or Toronto or Montreal. It's kind of nice. They're not going to play Carolina either. I should have a nice, quiet, crap. There's Pittsburgh, the Islanders, Rangers, Philly. Never mind. Comment section is still going to go nuts. Never mind.
Do you have any Minnesota North Stars gear? What's the real team from Minnesota? That's the real team from Minnesota. The Wild are kind of meh.
It's all got pushed back. All right, well, I'll take the golden seals out first.
Parrot. Golden parrots.
It's not parrots.
That is so... It's a parrot.
It's not a parrot.
See, here's his beak, here's his wing, and the tail, and he's perched on a stick.
It's a parrot.
And there's my Minnesota North Stars with the 1991 Stanley Cup Final patch on it. It's very nice. I got a bunch more patches too going on jerseys. It's gonna be great.
Since Yvonne likes Minnesota, do you want the Wild to keep the green and red or green and gold if you pick one?
She'd go with the green and red.
He would go with the North Stars. He likes the North Stars colors.
I'd go with this. I'd have the black in it too.
He likes the North Stars colors for them.
You want to make me a Wild fan, have them go to North Stars colors, and it happens.
How many WHA jerseys do you have?
5. I think it's 5 of them. And I got them all through Sports K jerseys, except for the New England Whalers one that a subscriber sent.
If Houston gets team, they should use Astros colors like how LA did the Lakers and Raiders colors. That would be pretty cool. What color are Astros?
Garbage cans. They're garbage can lids.
I don't believe you at all.
They're orange, red, and yellow. I think that was in the 80s. They use gray on their jerseys now, don't they?
It's ugly.
So they have, their logo is orange and blue. Then they have the orange Astros jerseys there. I think that's their thirds though.
No.
Because see, they have blue and orange.
No.
That's a color combination we haven't seen in the NHL. Blue and orange, yeah. See, and then back in the 80s, that was their logo back in the 80s.
Yeah, there's no teams that are blue and orange.
No, it's not a thing. See, but they could do a hockey version of these. See, those are the best Astros jerseys there.
Those are hideous.
Those are fantastic. I started watching baseball. I thought those were the best jerseys. I love those ones. Fantastic. There's another version of them too.
That is so ugly.
It's not ugly.
They're
fantastic. They're
That's
great.
special.
Got the star and you got all the stripes in there. That way you can say you have a Stars and Stripes jersey, but it's not the same color as the normal Stars and Stripes, and it blows people's minds. You're just worried about blowing people's minds, that's all. Right? Huh?
Yeah, there's plenty of orange and blue. He knows that. That's why he was saying that. Don't worry. He does know the team's colors.
Oh. Okay, so the Islanders have orange and blue, and the Oilers have orange and blue. But outside of that,
other than that,
there's no teams in the NHL that have orange and blue. And Houston would be in the center, the Islanders would be on the right, and the left would be Edmonton. So they'd be in different divisions because you have the left division, the right division, and the center division. And so you wouldn't have to worry about any kind of cross-pollination or confusion. They just have their colors in their division.
What are they doing that they're cross-pollinating?
That's when you play against each other. That's another term for it. It's cross-pollinating.
No.
So you don't. This year we're not cross-pollinating divisions. That's not happening. You just pollinate within your own division. And that's how that works.
No.
Yeah. Pretty sure about that.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Pretty sure.
Who do you think the Bruins will select for their next captain?
Well, I think Chara's coming back this year anyways. I'd be very surprised if it's not Chara. But if Chara doesn't come back, then it's got to be Bergeron. I can't see how it wouldn't be Patrice Bergeron. He's been the other leader of that team for years.
What are your thoughts on the number 0 and 0-0 in hockey? Do you think they should be allowed or remain banned?
I miss Neil Sheehy. Neil Sheehy, I think, was the last one that had the number 0 in the NHL. I thought it was cool, the number 0. It's not technically a number, I guess, but I thought it was a fun number to have, and I'd like to see it come back. There's 2 crows right on the post there. Yeah. They're talking to each other, and I think she's talking to them. They're looking at her.
I can't see.
They're on the post right there. Or on the power line, or the power lines.
Oh, on the wires.
Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, Bear?
She done now?
I think so.
He done? Fine, I'm not talking to you.
Did they not come over? No. There's got to be one in the snow. There has to be. She's losing her mind. There's got to be one in the snow. It's so funny because he doesn't care.
No.
He never has any attention paid to any of the birds outside. It's just her.
Remember when there was that spider that was out there that was dangling in the wind? That was the funniest.
Oh, with her trying to catch it? Jump around trying to catch it.
It was so funny. Why is it usually Bear that sits there in the background during streams the majority of the time? Because she never leaves.
She freaks out when I leave the room.
She meows like she's in pain.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to leave the room.
She's starving to death.
She's gonna die.
Yeah.
She's a fun cat, but she's very clingy. But only with
me. Very clingy.
Only with me. Yvonne can leave. She doesn't care.
I can leave, but if I come back, like if I've been upstairs and I come down, then she talks and talks and talks and talks.
But when I leave, she cries.
Yes. Then she's
even if you're down here, I go
alone.
Upstairs or I go out somewhere, she cries.
Yes. Shannon uses the washroom. There'll be a cat in the hallway meowing.
Either all Shadow alone. Or Bear or both. Yeah.
Do any of your cats fight with each other? Oh yeah.
Not fight. Like there's no actual scratches on any of them.
Hiss
but they hiss and they swat at each other and they
Shadow
almost smack each other.
Smack them.
Shadow runs and smacks Lilybell in the backside.
Lilybell
just to send her upstairs.
Do not like Shadow at all.
I feel bad for Lilybell.
Kind of a jerk.
He doesn't hurt her. He'll just
likes to jump out from behind things at him.
And she'll sit there and growl.
Smack him on the bum.
She'll growl at him so much, like, don't you dare. And then she turns her back and he swats her.
Yep.
As soon as she turns her back, he swats her. And
he also likes to jump from high places right next to her. There's a reason that they don't like him. Because he's that obnoxious big brother that just picks on him all the time. Doesn't ever do anything actually mean.
No.
Just is kind of a jerk all the time.
Yeah, that's his role. That's what he does in this house.
He is the obnoxious big brother.
Yeah, he's funny.
Huh, Pixel? Just thinking about it makes you mad, huh? You toe that cardboard. And then Pixel follows me all day long.
She does. She stopped having anything to do with me.
All day. If I sit down, she is on my lap within seconds. I go to a different room. She has to follow me everywhere. But she doesn't meow all obnoxious like. Do you? It's like, I did not say you could pick me up. What are you doing? Why are you picking me up? I did not say this was okay. Mom, do you see what he's doing? I know. He doesn't listen, does he? I know. With family right now, I just wanted to drop in and say a quick Merry Christmas to you guys and your family, cats, and Bunny.
Merry Christmas to you as well.
What do you think about that? Yeah. You all right? She doesn't like being picked up. Was the Domi Anderson trade good for the Habs or Columbus? As a Habs fan, that is a very bad trade.
It's a concerning trade. Anderson had 1 goal in 26 games, 4 points in 26 games. Should be healthy, should be good to go, but there's still a lot of risk to that. And then they gave him that really big contract too. That being said, they felt that Domi was replaceable because Kotkaniemi hits that next level, as did Suzuki, so they didn't need him down the middle. Columbus feels he's their number 2 center, and that solves a problem for them. It could be mutually beneficial, but it definitely depends on a Josh Anderson bounce back year. And Kitty.
More people saying Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
There,
More people wanting to know if you're going to watch football.
I don't know. I mean, it's the Saints.
I'm not. I'm going to watch more Christmas.
It's the Saints and the Vikings, so it's not a game that really determines a lot in terms of playoffs. I mean, I'll watch parts of it, but I'm not all that keen on following the whole game or anything because it's not really a key playoff determining matchup.
Going to watch Gremlins today.
I got to watch the Russians and the Americans later. I'll be taking notes on that one too. I don't have magnets for countries. I have an American flag though. So I mean, I could have like a giant flag at the end. I guess. I don't but I don't have a Russian flag or Finnish or Swedish or.
If the NHL decides to expand outside of Canada or US, where do you think they would likely go? Mexico?
There was talk at one point about them wanting to do a European division, but I don't think the European division necessarily works. It would have been like 8 cities in Europe, and then you'd have like them coming over to North America and doing a tour of North America, and then going back home, and then, but it's just logistically, I don't think it's going to work. And then with the pandemic destroying the economy as much as it has, it would be, I would think, at least a decade before the NHL would even consider that now. So I don't see them looking outside of I don't see them looking outside of the States and Canada. I think they're just going to try to keep everything stable in North America and just leave it in the States and Canada. You're the one that shocked me, not the other way around.
I'm standing in a stationary position. You're the one waving your hands around. Brat.
Doesn't matter. These are rubber soles, so they're not going to build up a charge. I can't anyways. It's a wooden floor.
It's probably you rubbing all through your jerseys.
Could be.
No, stop it. Such a brat.
Nope, nothing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you're a brat. Okay, stop.
Nothing.
Start poking you. When will you re-rank the reverse retros? He needs all of them first.
When I've got them all. So until I get the Buffalo one, Ben doesn't have the Buffalo one yet, and New Jersey. I don't have the Devils, and I don't have Buffalo.
Do you stream NHL 21?
I didn't this week, and I'm on the fence because now they've completely changed the schedule. They've completely changed the divisions. I'd like to see some kind of an update from NHL 21 to reflect the season we're going to go through. I think it'd be great fun to simulate a season of 56 games with those divisions only playing against each other. But I don't know that they necessarily would patch it that way or that they can. So it just, I don't know, it feels weird to play it out in a situation that we're not going to see this year.
Has anyone here ever gotten spite gifts? Everything I got seems like it was for a different person, so much so that it felt like it was an insult. One card was literally for another person originally. Oh my gosh, I have.
I used to give my mother a Christmas list every year, and she'd throw it out, and she'd never get me the things on my Christmas list. So like I would ask for a cassette, because I'm old, of a band or an artist that I liked, and she'd get me the exact same cassette I already had. So I would open up a Christmas gift, and it'd be a shirt or to be something, and she'd be like, "Well, you don't seem very grateful." And I wouldn't say a word. I would just get up, go to my room, get the item I already had, and then bring it out and go, "I have this. I gave you a list." "Oh, well, I threw that out." But there's a reason I give you a list. And it became a joke that she'd throw out the list every year. So lists are important for that reason. It wasn't like I was asking for anything expensive. It was just, okay, I like this, but you don't know what I already have and what I don't. So here's what I have and what I don't. No.
I had, in my previous marriage, after I got divorced, that first Christmas, they His family still invited me to Christmas. He didn't come. But I went and I took the boys with me, and to his dad's side of the family, it was so just awkward, which was weird because I had known them since I was 16. But for that year for Christmas, they usually did really nice Christmas presents, like really thought out and decently priced. That year I got 2 white towels. Mind you, I had toddlers, and a used sandwich maker. And it was just one of those
used sandwich
what?
maker. It's already broken in.
It was weird. I didn't
in.
even know that they even shopped at thrift stores or anything. So it was
only for you, sweetie.
Is this something that they
Only
already
for
had and they just didn't like it? Because who uses a sandwich maker? Remember those old ones that you'd put the sandwich in and it would cook it and make it into 2 triangles? It was so weird, and it made me feel worse.
My ears are ringing. I'm thinking you need one of those for next Christmas.
It would have been better to get
sandwich
nothing maker. Than this was one of those
used sandwich maker.
Crap, she's coming. What do we have that? Well, we're never going to use white towels because no. And
at least nobody wrapped up their cat.
It was weird.
At least nobody wrapped up their cat.
That reminds me, we gave gifts to a family for Christmas this year. When I dropped them off, I got to meet one of the boys, and he told me how. No, I don't want. No, yeah, was one of those. And he told me how he was so excited because last year he had a family that gave them gifts, and he told me he felt like everything was meant for somebody else and not for him, and so it made him feel not important. And I was, yeah.
Kid.
See, I know how that is.
Do you need a griddler?
No, that's one of those like panini.
It's a 5-in-1. It's a Cuisinart 5-in-1 griddler.
Griddler?
Griddler. It says right there, griddler. You didn't even know you wanted a griddler, did you?
Griddler. Okay, I have no idea what that is.
Griddler. It's a really bad Batman villain. No, I said griddler. I don't know what that is.
What would a Seattle reverse retro look like?
It'd be something with the Metropolitan's design, just with the striping changed. Or you could use the old Seattle logo, the old Seattle S from the Metropolitans on like some kind of a reverse version of the Seattle. So you'd have it the light blue with the old S on it and a dark blue. You could do something fun with Seattle. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I do have a Seattle Metropolitan sweater coming, but since it's coming from the States, it'll be a while.
What are your top 5 bands and albums? No, I do not want one. I would never use it. Knock it off.
I'm ready to get you 2. One for downstairs, one for upstairs.
I would never use it. Shannon.
So,
yeah. I want to make a grilled sandwich.
5 favorite bands.
I have a frying pan.
According to my Spotify list, my 5 favorite bands would be Rammstein, Tool, Slipknot.
My phone's in my pocket.
Does Perfect Circle count as a separate band from Tool?
Yes.
Okay, so Perfect Circle.
Their music's totally different.
And I'm kind of leaning towards the Deads a little bit. Sure. And then 5 greatest albums. The new Rammstein album is fantastic.
It is.
Tool's Enema is absolutely perfect. Slipknot 19 was great. That album from start to finish is amazing. And it's like 75 minutes. So get ready. It's a long one. I would give Led Zeppelin 3. And I'd put that in that category. And Momentary Lapse of Reason by Pink Floyd would be in the top 5 for me too. Although, well, that and Division Bell. It's hard for me to pick between that and Division Bell.
Which reverse retros do you have?
All of them except Buffalo and New Jersey.
Which are on their way.
Yes.
Thoughts on System of a Down?
She likes them more than I do, but I would enjoy them live. I think they'd be great live.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because Serge has an amazing voice. I'd like to see him sing with Lizzie Hale.
Oh, that'd be
You get
fun.
those 2 paired together.
Yeah, that would be great.
That'd be awesome. That breaks some glass. Those 2 voices together.
That would be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
be fun.
Great. Perfect. All right, make it happen. 2021.
Do you have a Kirk McLean signed jersey? Well, you're getting really specific. We don't really do signed jerseys.
I have a Kirk McLean jersey, thanks to a subscriber giving that to me at a meetup. And I made sure he was okay with that. I went back to him and said, "Are you sure?
Are you serious? Like, actually?"
Because if you don't want to give this to me, I totally understand. This is a great jersey. But I don't have autographed jerseys in general. I have one Colorado jersey that's got an autograph on it, and I've got the Islanders jersey, the Wave jersey that was sent to me by a subscriber that's got autographs on it. But in general, I don't have jerseys with autographs on them.
What band do you think is overrated, and what advanced stats can I use to disprove it?
Creed was overrated.
Oh my gosh.
Creed was absolutely insanely overrated.
True.
And now he's going to play Frank Sinatra in a movie, apparently.
What?
The lead singer of Creed.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's what I heard. And no, just Creed was so
lame
and
annoying.
And then the song Bullets made me rage
all the time
because Bullets is a great song, and then everything else from them sucks. It's like, yeah, we could do good songs. Here's one. Then there you go. There's a good song, and we're done. That's our good song.
Who are your celebrity crushes? Mine is Christina Aguilera. If we were listing all of Shannon's celebrity crushes, we'd be here forever.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
It's not true.
It is true. No, we're not live streaming any games. None. Zero.
I'm trying to think of like a.
There's a lot. It's a lot.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like one.
Just one. He has to try and narrow it down.
Well, no, I'm trying to think of it like, okay.
Lot.
So like Zooey Deschanel. She just seems delightful. Zooey Deschanel, everything she's in, she seems delightful, and she just seems really like just awesome and amazing. And her and Jane Levy. Jane Levy, who was she's the girl in that singing show we haven't seen season 2 of yet, where she has the brain thing that makes her see everybody talking and singing.
Oh, that was a fun show.
Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist. Oddly enough, she's named Zoe in that. Mentioned Zooey Deschanel. But she was the girl in Evil Dead that's in the basement. She was the possessed one.
There does not need to be a video on Shannon's celebrity crushes.
No, there really doesn't.
I actually vetoed that. Gosh, that was like 2 years ago.
That was over 2 years ago.
And I was like, no, that cannot be a thing.
Yeah, that was probably 3 years ago. But yeah, Jane Levy and
really, it can't be a thing.
Zoe would be the two that I would mention.
That would no. I am not jealous in any way.
She really isn't.
No.
She's really not. I just, we'll be watching a movie or a TV show. And I'm like, yeah, this is awkward, but I used to go out with her.
Or we were married.
Yeah, we were married for a while.
But she was too clingy. So
she got way too controlling. I just couldn't handle it. So I had to let her down easy. It was kind of messy, but you can't control this
all the time.
You got to let this run. And she just didn't understand that. So I had to let her down. So I always tell her, like, oh, this is an awkward one because I was married to her. So we'll watch this movie. But
this is frequent that Shannon says this.
My ex-wife is in this.
So
I think that started with Jennifer Connelly when we watched Labyrinth together. I was like, yeah, Jennifer Connelly. We were married at one point. She's a nice girl. She's
when
great,
I was little, I thought
really
she looked
clingy.
just like my mom. So
really,
yeah. Have I not showed you pictures of my mom when she was younger? That's what she looked like.
Jennifer Connelly?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't put those two together now.
My mom had very long, straight.
I ended up with Jennifer Connelly's daughter.
Dark brown hair.
There you go.
I don't have crushes.
She really doesn't.
I don't. I never have. That's not a thing.
She really doesn't.
No.
It's not. It's definitely
I was not one of those girls that had pictures on the wall.
She can even watch Supernatural, and no matter how good Dean looks in a leather jacket, you still just whatever.
Shannon has more of a crush on them than I do.
Dean?
That's Shannon's man crush right there.
Oh,
Yvonne's
Jensen Ackles,
thoughts
I would
on
be
Brad
so
Pitt,
starstruck.
Johnny Depp, and Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't do the crush thing. I really don't. I do like Johnny Depp because he's in a lot of movies I like.
Apparently in real life he's an ass though.
I've heard that, but I don't do the crush thing. Maynard is fantastic.
That's as close to a crush as you get as Maynard, but you don't have a crush on Maynard. You just think he's great.
No, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, you don't have a crush.
I'm not one of those girls.
No.
I always thought that was weird. I don't.
I have absolutely zero concern when it comes to Yvonne. None. Less than none.
What are you trying to say, Shannon?
I'm saying I could walk into a room and there could be a naked dude standing there and be like,
Oh,
"Oh, this
no,
guy accidentally was
okay.
naked. This isn't something Yvonne wanted." I'd be just telling him, "Okay, you need to leave because you're offending my wife." I would know there was nothing going on in that room that she was okay with. So it'd be okay, you need to leave.
I only have a crush on Shannon. I do kind of really like Shannon. I don't know if you guys know this, but
You're the first one.
I do think he's pretty darn cute.
I think I look back at girls I've known. I think you're like the second girl I've ever known that I think really actually likes me. So, you know.
But I really like you, so.
I know. I don't know why.
He's so cute.
I don't
And he's
understand.
nice and warm, too. That's a benefit.
I think that's part of it.
Hi, Shannon. Just wanted to drop in and wish you a Merry Christmas. And also thank you for your videos this year. They have been a pickup for me between being laid off twice this year. Oh, my goodness.
A lot of people
twice.
getting laid off this year. It's been a
Dear
long year.
Lord. Everyone has a crush on George Clooney. I don't. My mom
never did.
does. My mom really likes him.
See, for me with George Clooney, I still see the guy from Facts of Life that dated Joe and he fixed up stuff around the house.
Tom Cruise crush? Definitely not.
Does anybody still have a Tom Cruise crush?
No.
I don't know that. I think, and he ruined Katie Holmes. I love Katie Holmes. I thought she was this really nice girl next door, and then he just wrecked it. And I was like, you're a wrecker, and that's not fair. Just a wrecker.
So Yvonne should be concerned. No, I don't.
I'm pretty sure Zoe Deschanel isn't coming to her door.
He does joke about, so if this okay, this person comes over to our house, go at it.
Pretty sure Zoe's not coming over to serenade me at the door. And if she did, Adelaide would be out showing her all of her dolls and toys and stuffies.
Hey, come look at my rabbit. I have a rabbit. She's really cute.
And you know what?
You want to see her cat?
Zoe would love the rabbit too. So she'd just be totally distracted by the rabbit. I'm like, all right, now she's
Yvonne no Bublé crush. That would be weird.
It would be really bizarre.
He's a really nice guy, and he's funny, and his kids are adorable. But that would be really weird. No, that'd be weird.
Yeah,
no,
that would be bizarre.
Yeah. Do most wives have crushes on their husband's friends? That.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I've seen it, and I've been a victim of it. So yes, that does happen.
I like my husband a lot.
That's the difference.
It's really nice.
Other girls I've been with didn't really like me very much. I was the placeholder.
Liking my husband is kind of awesome.
I was the guy in the picture frame that you get from the store, and you can't wait to replace him with somebody else.
Yeah, I really enjoy liking my husband. It's great, especially when you have to stay home all the time.
Yeah, the pandemic would be awful.
Oh my gosh, it would be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm really glad we're not like stay at home with somebody that was a moron or something. I would not have the patience for that. So.
True.
What would you do if someone started flirting with Shannon? It happens.
It does happen.
It does happen.
And
it didn't used to happen. It does now, though.
It's weird because I kind of pick up on it. I'll say something to her. I'll be like,
doesn't notice it either. I'm like, oh, whatever. She's like throwing herself at you while I'm standing right there. No, it happens.
Yeah, I
And
usually
it
just say
came
something
with
on
the
the lines of,
whole-
she seems nice. And she's
You
like,
do,
yeah,
yeah.
she seems
I'm
nice.
Sure, she does. The girls that sit there at the table like this. You're like, what? Seriously, stop it. Come on.
There's one case where we were out and I said, she seems to be having problems with her shirt.
Top.
And she's like, only when you're around.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, okay. That was weird.
It happens. I just kind of giggle about it because, again, Shannon and I are good.
Nothing's going to happen.
I have no concerns. I feel kind of embarrassed for the girl, but, that's some people do.
And if you want to be cynical about it, so I have this business, I have this channel that I've grown. If I did anything stupid, it's all gone. Because we've built this up to be family friendly and with the two of us together. And if I did something stupid like that, went through a midlife crisis, that'd be the end of that. Set it all on fire. So yeah, we're solid. She's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
I don't like people enough to. Nah, I don't like other people. So
I don't.
it's okay.
I don't mind people, and I mean, pretty girls are they're pretty.
They're nice.
Pretty
girls are nice. I like pretty girls. They're good.
But see, like when we were in Vegas, it was easier for me to talk her into going to see Fantasy
Yes.
than it would be to go see Thunder Down Under. I was totally willing to buy tickets just to see how uncomfortable she would be around these guys who were dancing.
Nobody wants to see that.
But, so I was able to, we went to see Fantasy, and I still talked to a few of the girls from the show we saw. And she doesn't worry about that either, because she's not concerned. And
I'm married to a celebrity. Just accept it.
Couldn't talk her into going to any of them. There was the one stripper dude we ran into in Vegas on the street, and I could tell she was so uncomfortable. So could he. He could tell she was uncomfortable. It was one of the funny. It was so funny. And I kept saying, no, go talk to him. Go talk to him. Go have a chat. He wants to talk to you. And he's like shirtless, all like, buff. And she's just, no. It was so funny. I wanted her to go. That was at Planet Hollywood, I think. That was the one male review thing at Planet Hollywood.
Between places. We had to go in that.
Yeah. You came out and he just muckled onto you. And it's almost as if he could tell you were uncomfortable. And he just wanted to talk to you. It was so funny. It was really, really funny.
No. Yvonne lost hope in humans after working customer service related jobs. As dream you. Yeah, and I did online dating for a little while, and that kind of was the nail in the coffin. That really.
That also affected how I saw things too. In that you see the ugly side of both genders when you're doing the online dating. So I started thinking, okay, so it's all about money then from the other side. Like, okay, so if I had more money, I'd have an easier time finding a girlfriend. Got it. That was what I was being told, basically. So Yvonne met me when I was broke. And so she gets whatever she wants now because she got me when I was broke.
Strippers know people who are uncomfortable around them won't get handsy.
That's very true.
That's true.
That's very true. That may be why the girls from Fantasy were willing to talk to me too, because I was with my wife.
Creeper.
And I'm not creeping on it. I've never sent any kind of DM that if it came out publicly, I'd be embarrassed. That's not a thing.
My wife was super uncomfortable at Thunder Down Under in Vegas. Was a book club outing there. Oh my gosh.
There's the ones we've talked to though. Chelsea said they were fun. Remember, Chelsea was the one trying to talk you into going.
Oh yeah. She
tried to talk you into it. She's like, "Oh, you've got to go." And when I told her that I tried to get you tickets and you wouldn't go, she's just like, "What? No, why wouldn't you go?" I should get Tina to go with you. Tina will go. You make that face because you know Tina will go. Have
you guys been able to find fun flavored sodas? No.
So this one's mango, which I don't normally like.
And we can't. That was just one of those things. Every once in a while, it'll be a one-off.
This one's strawberry guava. I'm not a huge fan of guava, but it's different flavors, so sure.
And every once in a while, if you go to like 7-Eleven, they'll have a couple of the Diet Cherry Cokes.
But not very often.
But if you're looking for any diet soda at all, it's near impossible. Even like the Western Family, they don't have them now. It's just
Which is sad because
It's all
Western
gone.
Family's terrible.
Right. But
Western
even
Family
the
soda is
cheapy-
just not. It shouldn't be a thing. I remember
it's weird.
I got
The
Western
soda
Family
aisle
Cola.
has like nothing.
I got Western Family Cola once, thinking, well, it can't be that bad because we were broke at the time. This was years before I met you, and it was disgusting. I got one sip into that first can, and I was like, oh, I can't drink this, and so I gave it to the kids, which was always the sign that something's wrong with this because Dad won't drink it.
Are you going to get the awesome Ducks reverse retro jersey? Oh, you haven't watched the reverse retro jersey unboxing. That's his jersey dance. It's a thing.
I got it. I don't have to get the other one because I have this one. I am so happy that I got that one.
Pure cane sugar or corn syrup base? Neither. I think a lot of games 82 are played in vain because of the current playoff system. Not all teams receive a reward for regular season positions. 50 games would be just fine. What do you think about that?
Well, the NHL will never drop the number of games because that would drop their income, which would drop the income for the players. I mean, home ice advantage has always been kind of a contested topic. There's been debates at times about whether or not you should get 5 home games out of 7 rather than 4, because there are a lot of upsets. But hockey is just built that way, where there's a lot of parity in the league, and I'm not sure that that's going to change no matter how long or how short the schedule is. There's a lot of parity. I would expect this year's playoffs, once we get there, to be completely unpredictable.
Mexican Cokes are awesome. We don't drink sugar.
I did have those in
so-
Vegas, and they were okay.
But
I tried the raspberry one, remember?
oh yeah. Oh, that one was weird. But I don't drink soda at all.
You don't like cola.
I don't like cola. I'm not a fan of soda.
You don't mind root beer.
And I don't. Yeah, it's an every once in a while thing. I like ginger ale, but again, very occasionally because I really don't like soda, and I don't drink or eat sugar. So there's that. What is your favorite Minnesota Wild jersey?
Yeah, this is her favorite. For me, I want to lean towards the reverse retro, but I think their regular road jersey is pretty nice as well.
It's not bad.
There's a lot of really nice Minnesota jerseys.
I would love if they came out with another red one. That
Well,
would be great.
You could reverse this, have red here and have the green around it,
That could be fun.
and a red
Red
stripe
stripe?
here.
That could be fun. I do really like the.
You could do that.
The red one. I use Mexican Coke and carnitas. That would be great. Carnitas are fantastic. So yes,
You like carnitas?
yes, they're great.
I'll get
What's
those
that?
for you for Christmas. I can get that with the. Can't you make those with those sandwich things?
No,
Because I'm getting you the sandwich thing.
that's the meat.
See, look,
pork
that
I make
sandwich
in the
maker's
crock-
only
No,
$35.
dear Lord, that much. I have a frying pan.
How about the Hamilton
No.
Beach sandwich maker? That was only $55.
That's for eggs. I don't even eat eggs.
But you would if you had a sandwich maker.
No, I
for
would
'em.
not.
You'd start.
No, I have a frying pan. I can make a grilled sandwich
Yeah,
just
I'm going
fine.
to put my foot
and
down
I
pretty
can
quick
do
here.
other things with
How
it.
about an egg cooker boiler poacher? Do you need that?
So would never get used. Okay.
Get
Blech.
used? Sure it would. How about a Belgian waffle maker?
What's your Canucks jersey? I'm gonna guess favorite one.
Favorite Canucks would probably be, well, of the ones I have, I think it's right here.
Next time you're in Vegas, try Taco de Longa at an authentic Mexican restaurant.
Is that the one we went
tongue?
to?
Is that no? Are those the tongue tacos?
Is that the place we went?
We
We went to
that's
that one Mexican restaurant?
something, and we went to 2 different Mexican restaurants. They were great. We had subscribers took us to different ones. They were great.
I'm pretty sure that one's my highest rated.
Will Hoglander make the Canucks this year?
I think he'll end up on the taxi squad. I think Hoglander ends up on the
Egg
taxi
salad
squad.
Sandwiches?
Egg salad sandwiches are good.
Mm-mm.
You can just slide them right down your throat.
Oh,
If you soak them a little bit in
you
water,
can just stop. Ew. Bleh.
don't even have to chew.
Why that logo? Why that logo, Shannon?
The skate logo?
I'm gonna guess.
The skate logo is well, I mean, there's.
I
there's
was right. It is a cow tongue taco. I've had tongue tacos.
The nice thing with the skate is there's a lot of sentimental value to it, so that makes a difference. Probably the best designed logo is the orca that they have now, but it's kind of corporate. And again, just personally, I have an attachment to the skate, but I acknowledge that. And so when they're bringing out new jerseys, I'm glad when it's not the skate that they're doing a throwback to.
What place will the U.S. finish at World Juniors this year?
I think they've got a really, really good shot at second or third. I could see, and maybe even gold. The game against Russia is going to be key. The Russians need to have a bounce back, considering the 1-0 shutout loss they had against Canada. They didn't look very good against Canada either. So they have to beat the States today.
Just buy it for her, Shannon. Don't tell her, and get up early and make her breakfast sandwiches using it.
Can make you egg sandwiches.
I would not. No.
That'd be fantastic.
Also, will the Canes stick with their goalies? I don't eat eggs. Eggs are nasty.
The Canes, I think their goaltending is set for this year. And then next year, I think it'll change. I think there'll be a change next year in Carolina.
Fair Yuletide from the Emerald Isle, you guys. Fair play for doing a stream on Christmas Day. That's around on me. Hope you had a great day, and everyone else in the comments did too.
Thank you very much. And we do this every Christmas.
We do. We always do a live stream on Christmas Day, just because some people Christmas isn't that awesome.
Plates with that one. Ooh, that's nice.
No sandwich maker.
Proctor Silex, but look, it's a Proctor Silex.
Sandwiches.
You could make grilled cheese with these, though.
I have a frying pan that makes grilled cheese just fine.
But this would make sandwich maker grilled cheese sandwiches.
I can cook other things in the frying pan.
You can cook other things in this.
No.
You can, if you have a bag, you can put anything in a bag and then stick it in there. You can put KD in a bag and then just everything. As long as you have bags, you can bake anything in these things. Just get a bag. That's official advice too. You just get a bag and just throw it in the sandwich maker. It all works.
Which fireplace Yule log video is your favorite besides the one in the background? The camping one is fun.
The camping one's nice. This one, it rotates every hour. It's a different one.
The camping one is fun.
Yeah, see, Fireside Calm, that's Banff. That's probably going to be outdoor.
Yeah.
And then they've just got fireplace. But they rotate them on this channel. Oh, no, that is Banff. We're watching Banff now. Well, that's too bad. That's not the outdoor one.
The kitten houses are fun, too. We like the kitten houses. I put those on. Sometimes the kids love them. Adelaide will actually sit and watch the cat house.
The cat house.
No, Kate, don't start that crap again.
See, there you go.
Snowing.
That way.
There's the camping.
That way it looks like.
Oh, you can't see it. The tree's in the way.
Yeah, I can fix that.
Well, it's not snowing here. It's not raining either. It's supposed to rain all day, so we just have a lot of snow on the ground.
There you go.
Go fund me for Yvonne's sandwich maker. No sandwich maker. I don't even eat sandwiches, so.
But you would if we had a sandwich maker.
I wouldn't.
Ooh, that one's got 3-in-1 kind. You can make waffles or sandwiches or.
Oh, I remember that back when sandwich makers came out. And they were like this. Look at what this can do. And you can make pancakes in them.
Look at that. Isn't that fantastic?
Oh, it's silliness.
It's in stock January 8th because they're so sold out of them.
Because there were all those people that had to get a sandwich maker.
Waffle maker, grill.
So all those people were like,
sandwich
I don't know what to get them. Sandwich maker. Anybody can use
but it's got a grill with it too.
See, that wouldn't be too bad. I've used those.
Put
meat on them,
and then sooner or later you'd be like, you know what? I did make myself a sandwich, and it was awesome. It was great because I used the sandwich maker. I don't ever make myself
sandwiches.
You'd start.
So, that's not how you spell Banff. Do you think third time's a charge for Atlanta?
The charm. Wouldn't be the charge. It'd be the charm.
This is charge. I know, but it'd
be charm. I don't think Atlanta gets another team, and I feel bad for them because they didn't move because of attendance, they moved because they didn't have a building. But I don't think Atlanta gets a third shot at it. I think that was it. And it is too bad because they were outdrawing. There was at least 3 teams they were outdrawing the last 5 years they were in Atlanta. Novel 3-1.
Okay, stop looking at the darn sandwich makers.
This one's, I don't like the reviews on that one, so I'm
I
gonna.
hope you guys had a great Christmas. Let's hope 2021 will be better. We haven't done Christmas yet. Our Christmas will be on Monday.
Oh, those little egg things.
Why would I want an egg frame?
Because it's a professional egg ring set.
I don't need egg rings. I don't cook eggs.
You'd start.
No, I wouldn't.
I can get that, and you can stick that in your bread maker.
I'll tell you where you can stick it. Well, you start collecting college jerseys. There's no room.
I have nowhere to put them.
No, we don't have room.
Nowhere to put them.
To start getting other leagues.
So,
no.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with NHL, and I mean I have a lot of AHL jerseys now too, so I'm probably gonna cut that out too.
Ultimately, where does Mike Hoffman end up in 2021?
Well, it depends with Hoffman. I've heard could he end up in St. Louis? Well, again, it depends on whether he's still trying to get the maximum dollar or if he wants to go somewhere where he can win. If he wants to go somewhere where he can win, it'll be a bridge deal for a contending team. But if he wants the money, he may end up signing in, say, Columbus. Columbus has money. He could end up back in. I'm pretty sure Florida has the cap space to bring him back if they so chose to do so. And again, since he's the only really big name goal scorer that's out there, he can decide: is he more concerned with the money or is he more concerned with contending? So your guess is as good as mine on exactly where he ends up. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Columbus because they seem to have the space, both cap wise and a spot on the roster.
Somebody was asking how you make money on YouTube. Wondering how it works.
Ad revenue. So when you
kind of
load up a video,
TV.
You load up a video, there's ads that load up. If you watch the ad all the way through, then that ad revenue passes on to both YouTube and to the provider of the video, the creator. There's also the super chats you see in the live streams. There's memberships as well to the channel, which I didn't have access to for the first 4 years. They changed the rules with the memberships. They used to just be gaming channels. Now all channels have memberships. And then there's the merchandise too through Teespring, which is connected to this. So there's various different revenue streams, but almost all YouTubers, it's the ads. Even your really big ones, your Jake Pauls, your Jacqueline Hills, your James Charles, it's going to be the ad revenues. That's where a majority of their money is going to come from. That's why all of a sudden they'll show up with some big viral video because their ad revenues are down. So that's where a majority of that money comes from. And then if you skip the ads,
whenever an ad pops up, either at the beginning of a video or in the middle or at the end, if you watch that video or the video plays, a tiny bit, a couple cents, 1 or 2 cents will go to the person that posted the video. So for each view,
yep,
and it adds up. So, but when you push that skip button, the creators don't get paid for that.
Yep. And then the problem they're having now is that there's a lot of bot activity going on with YouTube. So the bot activity means that at the end of the month, they go through the click-through rates and they go, okay, these were all bots. So YouTubers have noticed that at the end of the month, when they adjust the actual income, it drops a lot. So what they're talking about is making it so that adjustment is every week rather than once a month. They want to make it so that it's a weekly adjustment, so it doesn't, because it can be thousands and thousands of dollars.
Oh, the YouTube Premium. With YouTube Premium, all it does is it takes that amount that you pay and it divides it amongst the creators that you watch, and they get paid that way. And it's supposed to be more than what they would get by you just watching commercials.
It's supposed to yield more money for the creators than does ad. And then not only that, but if I did a video on something really controversial, I may not get ad revenue, but I still get the YouTube Premium. So there are channels that might do controversial topics, but through memberships and through YouTube Premium watches, they're still able to make an income on their channel.
There you go.
Hey, kitty.
I see Max Domi more on the winger than as a center. What do you think?
No, I agree, and I've been saying that for years. Arizona tried him down the middle to mixed results. He was outplayed down the middle in Montreal. Hopefully it works out for him in Columbus.
Are there tiers for payment on commercials? No, and the amount that the creators get per commercial super duper duper varies. So it's not like the creator will get a penny for each one it's viewed. That varies. So it's kind of like at the Super Bowl. You know how commercials that are during the Super Bowl, they have to pay stupid millions amounts of money for the Super Bowl, but normally it's much less. The same thing happens on YouTube. So in November, those ads, the advertisers pay a lot more to have those commercials on there. When come January, that's when it super drops like a rock. They pay way, way, way less. So in November, we could be getting like 2 cents per ad that's watched. In January, it could be like a quarter of a cent.
Or like in
you
March,
could have more views. But
March
you're
of this
making
year,
way, way, way less.
when
Oh my gosh.
COVID hit in March,
That was
the revenues
just
dropped by like
dropped.
70%. That first day, and my views were the same, but my income dropped by like about 70%. And so that's the one thing, because that's when a lot of companies said, all right, well, we're pulling our ad revenue because we're not making
selling
money.
anything, not making anything.
Nobody's going to the store.
Nobody has
Nobody's
money.
buying anything. The economy's done. So we're going to pull our money out. And it hit creators really hard, where you might see the same number of ads, but the actual payments are a lot lower than they normally would be. So that hit really, really hard. And so March and April were the worst months that I've had in years.
Yeah. Even though our view counts,
The views
weren't
were fine, and which is saying something too, because there was no actual hockey going on for the rest of March and for April.
Yeah.
But I was able to find topics for videos that kept the view counts up.
Yep. Skipping the ad hurts you monetarily. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I will say this: there are the really long ads. You do not need to sit through the half an hour,
how
2
are
hours.
there ads that are as long as a movie?
I think it's 30 seconds. If somebody watches a 30-second portion at the start of those hour-long ads, I think you still get the revenue for it.
I got an Amazon gift card. Can I get a jersey on there?
Oh, on Amazon in the
There's-
States, yes. On the Canadian site, I haven't seen legit jerseys on the
You can
Canadian
find
site in a
fake
while.
ones sometimes, but I don't.
So
recommend wasting
they're-
on that.
Yeah, those ones are tough. I know in the States, so I'm pretty sure you can. But in Canada, it's touch and go.
Have you had radio interview requests?
A lot.
We get
I get
lots
a
of
lot of
requests.
requests for radio, for podcasts,
a
for
lot of podcasts
and for
ones,
me
yeah.
it's a matter of I just don't have the time. And I know that if I'm going to do one, it's sort of like advertising on the channel. I don't allow the advertising on the channel, because if I allow this guy to advertise his channel or this guy to advertise his product, then I have to allow all of it. So it has to be an all or nothing thing. So I have to say no. And it's the same with going on podcasts and radio and all this. I kind of have to say no. So I've never guested on any podcasts. I've never done any kind of collaboration. There are a couple of channels I'd be willing to collaborate with if I was in their area, but it's not something that I openly look for. And for me, most of the local YouTubers are in Vancouver at the closest, and there's not really collaboration stuff that I think necessarily works.
Which team do you support, like your hometown team?
Vancouver. Vancouver is my primary. Vancouver is the team that I have like dreams about them winning the Stanley Cup, and then I wake up sad. Boston is the secondary team, but they are definitely the secondary team, because I've never had a dream about Boston winning the Stanley Cup. Vancouver, I do, and I'll tell her too. Like, I had a dream Vancouver won the cup. Now I'm sad because they didn't win the cup. I had a dream too that I was playing. I had a dream a couple months ago that I was playing for the Canucks, and I scored a game-winning goal, and I was on the same line as Pavel Bure, and I had to explain to him why I didn't pass it over to him, why I took the shot instead. Because he was kind of PO'd that I didn't pass it over to him. But I had to take the shot. I had the net. So, like, I understand he wanted the puck, but I had to take the shot. So, I do. I have hockey dreams.
2011 didn't impact your view on Boston?
No. If I wasn't going to be impacted by how they played against Montreal back in the 80s, which was my dad's favorite team, if I wasn't going to be impacted by Andy Moog throwing the net off the moorings just before the puck went in the net, and nothing was going to change my opinion.
I want to see your reaction if the Habs picked up Chara.
He'd be a good pickup for them. That would make some sense if he was willing to leave Boston, but his preference is to go to Boston. But he'd be a good third pairing for Montreal. I wouldn't rule that out.
Do you think Laine will ever win the Rocket Richard?
Yeah. But it's a matter of him finding consistency. He has to be consistent. He has struggled with consistency as a goal scorer. When he's on, he's the best goal scorer in the league, not named Ovechkin. But it's a matter of being consistently good. So that's why he's at the end of the year, he's usually pretty good, but not fantastic. But he has that potential.
Did you get any new games for Christmas?
No.
Like video games?
The only games I have,
I can honestly say I've never got Shannon a video game.
I get the NHL game every year, and that's basically it. And then I'll load up Gran Turismo, or I load up GTA.
And we haven't done Christmas yet. So
and that's it.
Shannon's got nothing.
So
not that he got reverse retros. That was his Christmas.
Yeah, that's my Christmas.
So
that's my Christmas.
But I've never got Shannon games.
I said straight to her.
I've got him board games before. I have bought him board games. Hashtag in Sakic we trust. Thanks for everything. Maybe updates to Yvonne's Jersey Care videos with a focus on the fingers at work, maybe? What?
So like when you're fixing them?
I know we have needed to do more Jersey Care videos.
You've still got the Kessler upstairs.
And forever. I do. And that one needs so much help.
Which makes sense because the player does too. So, you know, if you could fix his hip, he'd probably really appreciate that.
Yeah, that is something we've been meaning to do.
Mm-hmm.
More Jersey fix-it videos. And forever, we've learned a lot about jerseys since the last time we did that.
We have. But I've noticed too on the groups I belong to, the Jersey groups I belong to.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that you say to do, other guys are doing that too, or they've come to those conclusions too. Where they're telling people just go get freight check. Just go to Walmart, get freight check. Because you'll see like some of the new CCMs where there's the strings on the end of the logos.
It's because they're not melted.
And so they're like, yeah, get freight check.
You have to.
And you can snip that off with scissors and use freight check on it and you should be good. So yeah, we can do stuff on that.
Will we see any more videos on truly awful seasons or NHL rivalries? Honestly, my two favorite sets of videos you do on the channel. Yep.
There will be. Once we get to the next off season and we're into a more regular off season, I've been kind of panicked with the off season lasting 9 months. So I mean, I know we had playoffs and everything, but it still feels like it's 9 months of off season. And so I didn't go into straight playlists like I do during a normal summer because it wasn't a normal summer. But I will definitely be doing more videos in those playlists next off season.
Do we like dogs? Who doesn't like dogs?
I love dogs.
Dogs are great, but we have 4 cats and
Puppies
3 children and a rabbit and no time.
Like, there's so many great breeds of dog. We always had a Sheltie when I was growing up. But yeah, we just don't have the time for a dog.
And we have 4 cats.
Yeah.
And 3 children.
It would
one
get
of
ugly
which
in
would
this
not
house.
work with a dog.
No. Not at all.
So, yeah, that's why no dog.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Canada Place? Have you ever been to Canada Place?
There's one in Toronto that's Canada
I'm
Place.
not sure which one.
Because Canada Place is the ball in Vancouver.
Yeah, I've never been in it for anything. I'm thinking, wait, no, I was at they did like a
Cotillion?
trade show in there.
I was thinking cotillion with all your little crocheting people.
Pardon?
Your crocheting cotillions.
What are you intending to say?
Crocheting.
Oh, well, I know that part.
Cotillion, you know.
No idea what
We'll
you're-
get together. We're going to take
You're
over
a
the
dork.
world one crotchet at a time.
You're a dork.
I'm not a dork. You can't call me that.
I can, though. Just wanted to say that you have helped to keep me sane in 2020. So, to you and Yvonne, I wish a Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, somebody got their girls a puppy for Christmas. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been a good year for animals.
I
A
know.
lot of people getting animals.
Yeah.
I know cats have helped keep me sane this year, even though they're
Boston
driving me
Terrier.
nuts.
Boston Terriers are such cute dogs.
Boston
They're
Terriers
so-
are very
They're
nice dogs.
really good dogs too.
They're nice dogs.
They're not all yippy or obnoxious.
Nope, they're nice dogs.
You think Laine is a better goal scorer than Matthews?
When he's on, Matthews is more consistent. Matthews is going to win Rocket Richard trophies. With Laine, it's a matter of focus and it's a matter of consistency. So, yeah, I think Laine, as a goal scorer, should be ahead of Matthews, but he's not because he's inconsistent. He goes into these massive droughts goal scoring wise, and Matthews doesn't seem to have that problem. So Matthews is more consistent.
No, we do not do live streams while a game is on because
Nope.
even if you can hear the game,
Technically, that can violate copyright.
that can violate copyright, and we're not doing that. So we do not do live streams
Nope.
while a game is on.
And that'll be true during the regular season in the NHL as well. So,
I'm more of a fan of big breeds, especially Australian Shepherds. I grew up with two Australian
Nice.
Shepherd mixes. They were kind of dingy dogs, but
I like Newfoundlander dogs. They're so
Cute.
sweet. They're huge, but they're sweet dogs. They're
my
such
late
sweet
to the
dogs.
party you are. We've been doing this for almost 2 hours.
And sadly, we're probably going to have to close this down pretty quick because it is Christmas Day.
yeah,
We
I
got
need to
other
go
stuff
make
to do.
candy canes. So
And then I got to get set up for, I should probably do my treadmill before. Well, we'll see. I had a muscle seize up on me in the middle of the night last night. So I don't know how much treadmilling I'm going to get done today. And then I slept weird. So I've got like a muscle hurting here. As you get older, this is one of those things that happens.
when
Trying to stay in shape.
when you started YouTube, did you ever think you'd get this big?
No. I told her I didn't think I could get to 100. I thought 100,000 was too high.
Yes.
I figured 70,000 was where it would
Yes.
end up. I figured about 70 was the max that I thought I could
He
get.
never thought the channel.
So no, I
would
never thought it would get this big. I
Get to-
never
yeah.
had no thoughts of that. No. There was no chance.
You make candy canes, love them. How do you do that? You boil sugar.
Yeah, candy canes are really basic, aren't they?
It's boiled sugar. You just have to boil them till they're a hard crack.
And you throw in some kale
And then and
a little bit of
yeah,
kale for
peppermint
the color.
in it. That's it.
For peppermint, you could just use toothpaste. You could just throw in some Crest or some Aquafresh. Then you get your swirls that way too, because they have the swirls in the Aquafresh. Can you do that? Can you mix it in there, and then you boil off the fluoride? So basically, I think that could work. I think you should give that a shot, and because it'll still taste like peppermint. I think it'll be fine. My goal is to make sure she makes that face 3 times a day. I try to say something that she'll think is gross at least 3 times a day so she makes that
Pretty
face.
sure you succeed. Why did you decide to start YouTube?
I fell into it. I don't know how to say it. There was no plan. There was just, I'm going to make vlogs. I'm going to just, talk to the webcam. And part of it was that I had family back east I'd never seen. So I was posting videos that they were watching, or at least that I haven't seen them in decades, since I was like 2. And so I thought it was a nice way to, here's me and all that. And then it just ended up turning into hockey. At some point, somebody was like, hey, you should just talk about hockey. And I'm like, that's probably a good idea. Because I noticed when I was doing hockey videos, I'd get 50 or 60 views. And I was like, that's awesome. I got 60 views on this. So eventually it turned into 100. And then, from there it went up. But it was funny because at the beginning, I got a lot of ridicule from my coworkers because I was only making $2 maybe in a given day. And they were like, okay, so you spent like 4 hours after you went home to
I
make
remember
$2.
you doing $2.
And I was like, yeah, but I made $2 and I wasn't here. So it's $2 and I'm doing something I like. So I was fine with making 50 cents an hour doing something that I liked. So, and then it just grew from there. And it was not something that I planned out ahead of time. And because I know there are people that start a channel with all this graphic and they're like, I'm going to get this big and I'm going to do all this. And I never did any of that. I really just kind of fell into it. I'm very grateful because eventually I got myself an Yvonne, brought the cats along for the ride. They were with me the whole time. I've had Shadow and Bear for 7 years. So yeah, they've been with me the whole time. And I had 2 other cats that my cousin took off my hands 6 years ago, or 4 years ago, a little over 4 years ago.
Yeah.
She's in Burnaby, but she posts pictures of the cats regularly. The funny part of that was she took Maggie and Link, and they're sweet cats.
Yeah.
But she took them and she's like, well, I'll keep them for now and I'll look for somebody who wants them. She still has them. And I knew at the time, I thought, they're really nice cats. They're very personable, especially Maggie. Maggie's a total sweetheart. And yeah, she couldn't get rid of Maggie. And Link is just a big gray floof. He's a big
He's so
gray
soft
floof.
and poofy.
And he hates being petted, but he's too soft, so you have to pet him.
He's so poofy.
He's the only cat I've ever had that you'd call him and he'd get mad at you for calling him. I'd yell his name at him and he'd run over and he'd swat me like, don't you dare call me. Knock it off.
I come when I want to come.
He hated his name. I've never seen a cat that hates his name, where you'd call him and he wouldn't even turn around. His ears would just go flat. Like, I know you heard me because your ears went flat. Come here. His ears would go flat again. And he'd sort of duck down like, no, I'm sitting right here. No. But he was this big gray, they're called ragamuffins, but a big gray floof.
My dad thinks Shannon's so cool because he has about 600 jerseys. Shannon thinks he's cool because he has about 600 jerseys.
I think the jerseys are cool, and I'm just there by proxy.
He really doesn't. Shannon doesn't think
not.
he's cool.
I just,
It's not.
I don't even think about. I just go, they're cool. I'm just here to babysit them. These are definitely cool. I'm not me. No. And 7 years ago, people were telling me I needed to get rid of jerseys because I need to start dressing like a man. So I went, yeah, whatever. And
fine.
No.
That's how
I'll
I
just
react
get all
when
the
people
jerseys.
tell me to do something too. Fine, I know what I'm gonna do.
So that's one of the reasons we ended up together, because we both have different fashion sense. She dresses like
That's
it's
true.
Halloween all the time, and I dress like I'm going to a hockey game all the time. So it works, because neither of us grew up. We both went, not growing up. Screw that. What is a woman my age supposed to wear? And Yvonne just, nah. For me, it's what's a man my age supposed to wear? No, I'm not doing boot, scoot, and boogie. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab some hockey jerseys to wear instead. I don't care if it's August. I'm still wearing a hockey jersey.
Are you planning on buying a house anytime soon?
I'm
We're
self-employed.
self-employed,
So we don't qualify for a mortgage.
We'd have to have a stupid down payment.
I walk into a bank and they say, first question is going to be, so who's your employer? I am. I work for YouTube and I'm a YouTuber. And then they're like, out you go.
Bye.
See you later. You can just walk yourself out. And yeah, there's no way. So
You have to have a crazy down payment if you're self-employed.
Yeah.
Not even self-employed as like a business, but just...
I don't qualify for an entry-level credit card. I tried to build up my credit and I applied for those cheap credit cards that they send to your house? I don't qualify for them. So the ones that are like, you're already approved. I apply and they go,
I thought you're not.
that whole you're already approved. We've decided since we can't guarantee your wages, no. So, yeah. And I know that's part of it, is that if you don't pay, they can take your wages. And in my case, they couldn't. So they say, forget that. So I don't have a credit rating at all. I don't exist according to credit companies.
Outside of the obvious, who wins the Hart in 2021 beyond the obvious Oilers, Leafs, or Bruins?
Wins the Hart. McKinnon would be in that conversation. It's possible that if Tampa Bay gets to the top again, Vasilevsky could be in that conversation. He may need to stand on his head a little bit with Kucherov out, especially if Stamkos isn't 100%. Braden Point could end up in that conversation from Tampa as well, though.
Capital One, that's American.
Yeah, Capital One's American.
We don't.
I can't.
I don't
have
think Capital One would do anything with us. I'm pretty sure they would not.
No, even Discover would probably be like, we've discovered one thing. You can't have a Discover card. Sorry. My own bank. I tried to apply for a credit card through my own bank with a credit limit of $500, and they said no. They said no to me immediately, even though I had more than that in the bank.
2 or 3 months ago.
I was like, I have more than that in the bank right now, and you won't. You guys can see how much money I've made over the last. I'm good for $500, and no, they were like no. So even my own bank said, forget it. And that's a $500 credit limit. That's nothing.
And it's so weird.
Compared to most credit cards, that's nothing.
Right. Any dark horse player to win the Hart or Vezina in 2021?
Dark horse Hart is difficult because very often you're going to have your favorites. They're going to get Hart votes no matter what. Vezina, if New Jersey gets anywhere near the playoffs, Blackwood will be in the mix. If Calgary plays as well as I think they can, Markstrom will probably end up in the mix. And I really think Holtby could have a huge bounce back season for Vancouver. Holtby's still a good goaltender, just the stats don't prove it right now.
Use the jerseys as collateral.
No. No. And I don't think that'd work either.
No, not for credit cards.
No. I can't just take a picture and go, I have these. That's not, they're going to be like, wow, he's a teenager. No thanks.
Come to St. Louis.
Border. We would love to, but the border's closed.
We'd love to go anywhere.
I would be tickled to be able to go to Bellingham right now.
I'd like to go to the grocery store.
If we could go to Winco and just be in Bellingham, I would be so happy to be in Winco in Bellingham right now.
It would be fun.
Just to be able to just walk around and just have no concerns and be happy, that'd be awesome. It's not going to happen.
Do you think this year is Rask's last year?
I think so. I'd be very surprised if he plays beyond this year. His contract's up. He's very clearly more concerned with his family than with hockey, which I absolutely get it. And he's not wrong. And I don't know that he plays beyond this year. I'd be very surprised if he did.
Are you from Surrey?
I've never even lived in Surrey. Yvonne's always bugged, though, about living in Surrey.
No.
She's always been like, we should move to Surrey.
No.
We should have a really nice house in Surrey.
No.
I was thinking we could find a really nice place in South Surrey.
No.
And we could be close to the border. We could have like something right near like the cow fields that you get down in that area of Surrey.
That's
something
South Surrey,
she said that would be nice for me because then it would smell like
fields.
Chilliwack. So she wants something that kind of smells like Chilliwack but feels like Abbotsford.
South Surrey is berries.
And yeah. Yeah, I think she'd enjoy that too.
Neither of us ever lived in Surrey.
She could hang out and milk cows in her free time.
No.
And because she enjoys milking cows.
I don't.
So yeah, I think that could
not
work.
A thing. Okay. Anyways, moving on to work.
I'm not a dork. You're a dork.
Are there established hockey fantasy leagues out there?
The Yahoo Fantasy League has existed for decades. I want to say like Yahoo Sports Fantasies existed for decades. There's one, and then like in terms of hockey fantasy, there's the one fantasy hockey group that's existed for like 30 years. Where it's a group of guys.
Somebody says we're hyper.
I'm hyper?
What?
I don't know about that. It's definitely not something I've been accused of in videos either. Is that I'm too high energy in videos, or that I've never been accused of that I can remember. I don't know about hyper. There she goes. That's her hyperactivity kicking in and the yawning because she's just expending so much energy so fast.
All right, that's it.
Hey, kitty.
Vancouver is a beautiful city, but too expensive. Agreed. Have
Yes.
either of you been
to the Mount Robson area. That's my favorite spot to get away from Calgary, Valemount, and McBride in the Robson Valley. No.
Been through there.
Yeah, I haven't really
Been through there.
Been there.
If I could move anywhere, it'd be Valemount, and I've told her that, and she's
Yes.
been like, no.
Yes.
But if I could move anywhere and have a place, it'd be Valemount. Valemount is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful area of the province. Valemount, that would be where I'd go. I would love that, but she would.
Calm down, you two.
You got to
No,
settle
right?
yourself.
Will the Blues sign a free agent?
As long as they have the right amount of cap space, I can't see Doug Armstrong being too worried about it. There are rookies who are going to be coming into the lineup anyways. Costin is supposed to be in the mix for a roster spot. Perunovic should be in the mix for a roster spot. You may just look to settle things from within and save some cap space.
You are not hyper. Most calming speaking. Very relaxing, in my opinion. He's really good at putting people to sleep when he talks.
I put you to sleep all the time.
He does.
I've learned not to talk to you when we're going to sleep at night because I'll be talking and then all of a sudden you're out. I'm like, oh. But with her, she falls asleep like a baby anyways. So she's just gone and she becomes dead weight in my arms. It takes like 3 seconds and we talk and then all of a sudden, and I feel that shift. And I'm like, oh, all right, she's out. And then at that point, I could just roll her over and away from me. She doesn't even know. She doesn't wake back up. She's just out. I'm glad you woke up the when I got that leg cramp last night because that hurt like hell.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell I did to my calf to have that happen. I may not treadmill today. I might take a day off.
If
Because of the
your
calf.
is sore, it would be a good idea. That
Yeah.
generally doesn't
Oh,
help.
I could barely walk this morning when I got up. Even up until I did the first video, I was on one leg for most of it.
Goodness.
So yeah.
Buy a house through RRSPs, but then you don't have your RRSPs.
Oh, I love my RSP. That's my promise that someday I
I
can
used to be
retire.
a financial security advisor, and I generally advised against that.
Yeah.
You can use your TFSAs, but don't use your RRSPs because then you don't have retirement.
Yeah, I like the retirement
So-
fund idea.
If something goes wrong,
Yeah.
you don't have your retirement. So that's
Yeah.
not something we would do.
Because then the idea is then I retire, and then we travel the world, and I look for things that'll make her uncomfortable. Yeah, that's going to be the plan, is to go to various cities around the world. Now, what kind of show could we go to that makes Yvonne uncomfortable? Might be some kind of a Fear Factor type thing, you know. It might be male strippers. Might take you on like a world tour, and then you could have like a top 10 at the end of it. I think that would be really funny.
I would not do that. Our favorite type of music, metal.
Yeah, metal, new metal, new metal. You look up new metal bands. Most of them are ones we listen
Not
to.
death metal.
Not a huge fan of death metal.
Not a fan of the screaming metal. No.
Amon Amarth scares the hell out of me though. So if they're watching this, you guys are great. I love your music. Don't kill me.
Which current goalies are better than Kaprizov?
Kipper. Oh man, Kipper was really good. Who's better? It's really hard to measure when you consider he was the previous generation. There's other goalies who may end up with a similar resume. I could see Saros and Nashville ending up with a similar resume, also being obviously European goaltender. Saros, the knock on him seems to be his size, which he's overcome to this stage. Trying to grade goaltenders, though, is tough. Kiprusoff was arguably one of the best goalies for 4 or 5 year period there for the Flames, and league wide one of the top 4 or 5 goaltenders. It's really hard to rate goalies, though. Vasi, though, for me right now, I would say Vasi's the best goalie in the league. Carey Price is up there as well, but yeah, Vasi would be number 1.
We're looking forward to concerts coming back. Yeah, we thought this year was going to be so good because we had some awesome concert tickets.
I still have awesome concert tickets for next September.
Yeah,
Next September, we're going to LA and we're seeing Rammstein.
I sure hope so.
by September,
Tool.
that should work. And Tool, we had tickets for May.
And they just
that got
refunded
canceled.
those. I'm hoping that will still
Watch it be the same day in
happen.
September.
I know this.
Watch it end up
joked that
being
a
the
few
same day in
times.
September. The Tool would be in Vancouver and Rammstein in LA. If we can see
Yeah.
both, we'll do it. I don't know how we'll do
I
it.
do miss concerts.
I very much miss concerts.
Have you ever tried a Seattle hot dog? Apparently they have their own version of a hot dog. I've never heard of that
either.
I don't eat hot dogs, so that's gross. Canucks, Stars, or Bruins of Shan's 3 favorite teams. Who does he think has the best chance to win 2021?
Boston. Boston would still have the best chance of the 3. Dallas is going to miss Bishop and Sagan for most of the year. And I don't think Vancouver's at that level yet. But I don't think any of them win the Stanley Cup in 2021.
Go do family things. We're doing family things. We're not doing Christmas today. So
No, it's not Christmas
This
today,
isn't
not for us.
Christmas for us. So we're not missing Christmassy stuff.
Nope.
We will be doing Christmas on Monday.
Yep.
So don't you worry. Our kids aren't neglected or anything. They're busy playing with the couple toys they got from Grandma this morning.
Mhm.
So, Merry Christmas. What team does Santa root for? And thoughts on NHL not mandating vaccine? I myself am waiting a while to take the vaccine.
They can't mandate it. The NHL can't. The agreement with the
Yeah.
union, it's not something they can mandate. I mean, I'm taking it when it's offered, which will probably be in April. But it's going to be by choice for the National Hockey League. Which team would Santa root for? Well, let's see, red and green. So Minnesota with the old jersey, and the New Jersey Devils current retro reverse would probably make him a bit of a Devils fan. Although Santa and the Devil is a little bit
Right.
too close,
True.
because you misspell Santa a little bit. And suddenly the letters are going the wrong place, which Satan on Twitter was complaining about, that he's getting letters from dyslexic kids at Christmas, and he's getting kind of mad about it.
Planning to wear Vegas alt jersey for New Year's. I got one. It's awesome.
They are awesome.
That
Be right back.
ripping. Shannon's running away.
That's the plan.
I don't know why he's running away now. We should just shut down this soon. But so instead, he decided to leave me. What's in BC? Are you guys doing Boxing Day at home? Well, I mean, it'll be Boxing Day. We're not doing anything for Boxing Day. But I suppose we're not going shopping on Boxing Day. I don't even go shopping on regular days, so we're not having Christmas dinner because it's not Christmas for us today. We're having Christmas on Monday, and on Monday we will have Christmas dinner. It's not a Vancouver or a BC thing. It's because our daughter is with her dad today. So we're not doing Christmas when all the kids aren't home. So she will come home on Boxing Day, which is tomorrow. And so Sunday we will do our Christmas Eve, so we can do all of our little Christmas Eve traditions. And then we will have Christmas on Monday.
And I'll videotape it to monetize the children. They got to pay off somehow.
Not a thing. But yeah, it's not a Canada thing at all. It's just because our daughter's with her dad today. So we're not doing the crappy thing of having Christmas without her.
No.
That would be lame.
No, that is lame.
So that's why it's not Christmas today. So we're not doing Christmas stuff today. When you were speaking about the professional teams in Cleveland, how could you forget the Cleveland Indians?
Or the Cleveland Lumberjacks. Hi.
You should create a channel, Yvonne.
I've been bugging her about that for a long time.
Why would I do that?
Hi, sweetie. How are you?
Then I could get people going on there and telling me I'm ugly and fat and have a whiny voice. I get that enough on this channel. I don't need another channel for that.
Well, there goes that Christmas card.
As fun as that would be.
Don't read your Christmas card. I got to change it.
That's how the comment section goes. Do you think the Bruins will sign Hoffman?
I don't think so. I don't see him ending up in Boston. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Boston. I think it'd be a good pickup on their wing, but I don't think he ends up there.
What's Gritty doing right now, and how is he getting ready for the season?
I would think that, I mean, it's Christmas Day, so he's probably making snowballs and knocking kids down. Scaring the locals, probably getting ready. Yeah, that kind of thing. Just normal gritty stuff.
You're not successful if you don't have haters. We had haters when there were barely any subscribers.
I've had haters since before I had a channel. So
we had horrible trolls when the channel was tiny. They were awful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, trolls were way worse when the channel was smaller. Maybe we just don't see them nearly as much.
We don't.
Or people kind of
talk,
what the hell is your problem?
I ignore a lot of it and just delete and block, and I don't care.
What are the Blues' weakest uncertain positions? Offense seems lacking without Tarasenko, and no one seems to be ready to replace his role. Too much young talent to make an impact at this point.
Somebody's going to have to replace Tarasenko's goal scoring. Even if/when he comes back, I don't know that he's ever going to be a premier goal scorer again with the amount of shoulder problems he's had. Their defense should still hold despite losing Pietrangelo and Bouwmeester. The question mark I have is Husso going to be a solid backup, or are they going to need help at the backup position? That might be the biggest question, because with the schedule the way it is, you're going to have 2 premier goalies in the league this year.
What are we going to have for Christmas dinner? We'll do Christmas dinner on Monday, and we're going to have tutsia. That's what I make for Christmas dinner.
We have
every year.
It's tutory.
It's not tutory, it's tutsia, and I will be making tutsia I'll probably make it on Sunday, and then all I have to do is put it in the oven. So, but that's what I make every year for Christmas dinner. And I'll make a Christmas cake, because, yes, I was thinking about maybe making that tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. What do you think a Christmas with Sean Avery would be like?
Probably a lot of him preening in the mirror and asking if this outfit makes him look fat, and probably a lot of him posting stuff on social media. It'd be like basically having a teenage girl at your Christmas. Just from what I've seen of him, he's very high maintenance.
Oh my goodness. I remember when THG made videos with Bear on his lap way back during the 1,000 subscriber days.
See, and she's settled
sitting
right in.
on his blue Chesterfield.
She settled right in.
She would like you to hold her all the time.
It is so weird, because in this same live stream, I held Pixel, and she looks terrified the whole time. And Bear, she is perfectly fine with me just holding her.
No, turkey. Favorite. Okay, so normally I would do a turkey and tutsia. But
we don't have any outsiders coming in for Christmas.
It's just us. Yeah, normally we have both of our mums and Shannon's older child. But it's just us, so I don't need to make a ton of food. So, yeah, we don't need tons of food. I do love turkey, though. Turkey's great. I don't know. Most improved team this upcoming season.
Most improved. If the Kings kids are ready to play, they'll be among the most improved. I think that, and it's hard to say because it's been so long since a lot of teams played. Ottawa has the potential to be the most improved too, now that they've got their goaltending straightened out. Hey, kitty. Hi.
What are your thoughts on Charlie Coyle? He's my favorite player.
I like Charlie Coyle. I always liked Charlie Coyle. I thought that when he was seen as the return for Brent Burns, and people would say, "Oh, that's terrible," and it's not. I thought Coyle was fine. Is he worth Burns? Probably not, but I thought Coyle was a fine player for Minnesota, and I've enjoyed him in Boston.
Oh, Shannon wishes he was wearing the New Jersey reverse retro, but it's not here yet.
Nope. Sadly,
that was his plan.
Here.
He had been planning on wearing it today forever. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But now I won't have it until Tuesday at the earliest.
It's not here.
Which is after Christmas. So I'll just send it back. Let's say forget it. I'm not going to bother. I'll just send it back.
Right. Are you gonna watch Finland versus Germany now?
Finland, Germany starts. Yeah, it starts pretty quick here. I'll probably watch parts of that game. I'm going to try not to burn myself out watching all the junior games. But I'll be watching the U.S. and Russia later and posting a review of that game as well when that one's done.
What? I don't know what that's supposed
But my
to
stomach
say.
is letting me know that I'm probably pretty hungry at this stage.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because I haven't eaten since, 9 this morning was when I
Yeah.
had the biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
And I was up at 6 because my body went, and you're awake.
Because it's Christmas.
No.
You should have told your body you're not doing Christmas.
It's been like that lately where my brain will just go, and awake. I'm like, but I'm not ready to be awake yet.
Minnesota jersey Shannon is wearing should be the Minnesota reverse retro if they do it a second time. Agreed.
Yep.
That's what I was hoping
Okay,
for.
so you leave her alone.
Yeah,
No.
I was hoping they would do something with the red, but
Come on, Bear.
they don't listen to me.
Bear,
Well, they
go ahead.
listen to me about the Golden Knights, so it's okay. All-time favorite NHL video game?
Stanley Cup. Stanley Cup was great, and I know it made other people ill because when the puck would be turned over, the whole ice surface would switch around. So every time the puck switched directions, the ice would switch around. I was fine with it. I didn't get disoriented, but other people did.
That would throw me off.
Oh, you would be sick playing it, but it was great. And you'd see the little skate marks on the ice, and then there was a spot where you would lob it. It wasn't even a shot. You were lobbing the puck, and it would go right over the goalie's shoulder and into the net. So you just outside the blue line, you'd lob it right over the goalie's shoulder into the net. I could win like 28-0. It was great.
You could score by lobbing the puck at the blue line.
Yep. Once you figure that out, game gets a little easier.
Dallas has full white and full black this year. Helmets, pants, etc. We've joked
they've
about
got the
that.
neon, and then they've went. This was too far over. We'll just wash all the color out in the other one. It'll balance itself out. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see some Dallas games this year. I want to see how hard it is to read the name and number on the black ones. That could be tough.
I think there will be fans in the seats this season.
As the season moves on, yes. By the time we reach the playoffs, all 31 markets, we should see some fans in attendance. It won't be full attendance in most places, but we should see some fans in attendance by the middle of May when the playoffs get rolling.
NHL 2001 had that same glitch.
I didn't play that one. 2001, I wasn't playing NHL games. I know that'll surprise people, but I wasn't.
EA NHL is so bad.
EA, every year there's a glitch goal.
No, I haven't made the Tutsia yet because we're having it on Monday.
So
Monday will be our
Tutory is
Christmas.
on Monday.
I will make it on Sunday, so then on Monday,
That's
our
when Tutory
Christmas
happens.
Day, I will put it in the oven.
Yeah.
Then I won't have to spend that time. So.
But anyways, we should probably get going, and we have other things to get done. And I have a hockey game to watch and see what's going on and all that wonderful stuff. So thanks, guys, for coming out, and I hope you're having yourself a wonderful holiday. And if you're not, and if the holiday sucks, well, it's almost over. So there's that. So anyways, guys, thanks for coming out, and thanks for helping the channel with all the growth that it's had over the past 12 months, especially considering 8 months that there wasn't any hockey. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I will talk to you guys again soon. And Shadow's always snoring. He's a very loud snorer. He and Pixel both. So there you go. All right. And Boxing Day is a holiday in Canada, but not in the U.S., right?
Yeah, most Americans don't.
And then it's not a stat holiday either. So it's not a stat holiday in Canada. So then most places are open. But anyways, thanks, guys, for coming out. And, we'll do this again soon.